In the sixth world, there are groups of criminals known as Shadowrunners who act as deniable assets for governments, megacorporations, or anyone who has the new yin. The stories of these agents for hire are known as the Fixer Files. In the sixth world, there are groups of criminals known as Shadowrunners who act as deniable assets for governments, megacorporations, or anyone who has the new yin. The stories of these agents for hire are known as the Fixer Files.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for the very first episode of The Fixer Files, a collaborative effort between a bunch of Shadowrun podcasts. I want to say it's somewhere in the neighborhood of like 15. But this is the first one, so I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it was easy enough for you to find. We're going to be doing special guests with as many episodes as possible. We got a bunch of exciting people lined up, and I'm really happy that we were able to get somebody for the very first one out of the gate. Super excited. So we'll jump into that in a moment here. My name's Adam. I'm going to be your host tonight. I am running Shadowrun Anarchy, which came out in 2016. It is a streamlined, fast-paced, fly-by-the-seat-of-your-pants version of Shadowrun that was introduced as kind of a variant for Shadowrun 5th edition. It's probably my favorite version. I like the story-heavy focus and the fast pace and the ease of rules, so I don't have to sit around looking stuff up too often. My attention span is short enough, and I don't need to get derailed by looking in books. So, we're here today with an exciting cast. I've got 5 people with me to play in a scenario that I'm calling 2 Days to Retirement. So, going through, first off, just in the order that you are in my screen, we got Rick. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about what you've been up to. Tell us about your show.
All right, I'm Rick Tenta. I am the GM of As the Sixth World Turns, a 2nd edition Shadowrun podcast. And I'm 41. I'm a metalhead. I love fighting and wrestling, and I love tabletop games and just all kinds of fun, nerdy things. And I'm grateful to be here, hanging out.
Dude, happy to have you. What's your favorite metal band?
My favorite metal band? Gotta be Meshuggah if I have to pick.
Cool. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. Let's see here. I'm going to ask all of you some kind of weird question, and the first question that I've got for you is, if you had to choose between exclusively for the rest of your life, you could only have one. Is it going to be buckets or boxes?
Boxes.
Bad choice. All right. Next up, we got Sid. Sid, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Hi, my name is Sid. I play on Resting Glitchface, which is a Shadowrun 6th edition actual play. I also edit and produce it. So when you're mad about the schedule, I'm the one that you got to DM. But hopefully, by the time this comes out, production is underway for season 3, whether it's started being released or whether it's about to be released, it's in there. So
awesome. What's going to happen in season 3? I'm just kidding. No.
Well,
no, that's a joke. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I want to find out when I find out.
The one thing I can tell you is that this is the most I've yelled at a GM ever in my life.
Well, get ready, because you're playing with me tonight, so get ready to yell.
Perfect. I love it.
Yeah, I'll take it. So let's see. I got a question for you. Is what if you could have dinner with any one celebrity, living or dead? Who's it going to be?
You got me off guard.
Oh yeah, that's the point.
Give me just a second. Ingrid Bergman,
Ooh.
Because she is my mom's favorite actress of all time. And I love her in Gaslight and in Casablanca, and I feel like she got to act with a lot of different people, and I feel like she'd have some good stories.
Cool. All right. Going around the clock, we got Paul. Paul, say hello. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your show. Tell us about what you've been up to.
Hello, everybody. My name's Paul. I'm the GM for a podcast called the Hard Knock Sorority. It's a story of 4 very different women in the 6th world, one of whom happens to be a pony from Equestria, just because I have a hard time saying no to my players. A little bit about myself. I've been playing Shadowrun since 2E. I'm sort of an 80s kid, so a lot of the 80s games are where I grew up playing. So Shadowrun, Top Secret, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, Rifts, Paranoia, things like that.
Tough one.
And yeah, I'm really excited to be here joining you guys. And Sid, I'm glad that now I know who to blame when there's not enough glitches.
Yep.
That's me.
Okay, so man, on point for what you've said. Can you tell me about the rules for Paranoia, the role-playing game?
Yes, a little bit.
Ooh, wrong answer. Wrong answer. That's treason. If you've ever played Paranoia, you're not allowed to know the rules. One of the rules is you're not allowed to know the rules. So I got you.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I got to play Paranoia one time, and the mission they were trying to find a stealth train, which is like the stupidest thing I could think of, and they everybody died because that's what's
the rules,
supposed
right?
to happen.
Everybody's supposed to die.
Yeah, that's what's supposed to happen in there. So let's see here. We got next up. We got Mr. Professor EasyMode. So EasyMode, the easiest of modes. Say hi. Tell us what's up. Tell us what you're doing and what's your show up to.
Hey everybody! It can't be any easier than that. I'm EasyMode. I'm one of the creative minds behind Shadowrunning on Empty, the lore podcast, and also SINless. We wrapped up our season 2 recently. We're really excited about that, and we are working on season 3. When lore podcasts are late, you can yell at me because that's my department. So, sorry about that. I'm trying. There's plenty more on the way, though.
Oh man, I'm excited. I've been talking to, if you're listening to anything that I put out there, you probably know I've been dealing with Dr. Friendship a bunch from your show, and man, I know a little bit of secrets about what's going on for the 3rd season of SINless, and like, man, it sounds awesome. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that to come out.
It's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, man. Oh man, I'm looking forward to it. So let's see here. Who do you think would win in a fight? Is it going to be Han Solo or Indiana Jones?
It all depends on who draws first.
Come on. Come on.
I'm going to give it to Indy on that one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, the answer is the audience. The audience wins. But that's okay, man.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, and then last but not least, we got our special guest coming to us all the way from not Shadowrun. Tiana, how's it going?
Pretty good, thank you. Hi, I'm Tiana Wren. I'm visiting from the Redacted Reports, which is a Delta Green podcast. Adam invited me along because he's a fan of our show. I'm delighted to come and play Shadowrun for the very first time.
I am very excited to have you. The Redacted Reports, again, if you listen to any of the stuff that I've been putting out, you've heard me talking about this podcast occasionally for months. It is awesome. It's my favorite Delta Green podcast, and it's you guys have been doing it for a long time.
We started recording in August of 2020 and started releasing in December of 2020. So we've been going for, at time of this recording, about 3.25 years of releasing. We are about to finish up season 7, which is just astonishing to me. And very shortly after we finish recording this, I'm going to be going and recording on season 8. So it's a record heavy day here.
Exciting. Yeah, I had that yesterday. I had 8 hours, I think, of recording. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm way behind. I think I'm at the season, like halfway through season 4. At this point. Yes,
because you hit some of the stuff in season 4 or at the end of season 3 into season 4 that made me go, oh yes, he's there.
Yeah. Something happened to one of the characters and I was just like, wow, that's permanent. That sounds really permanent.
To borrow a phrase from one of my favorite YouTubers, but wait, it just gets worse. Because it's Delta Green. For those who don't know, Delta Green is I call it Lovecraftian horror meets the X-Files. We are the government agents who are trying to keep the supernatural incursions secret from the rest of the world and also deal with them. We have dealt with aliens. We are currently dealing with the King in Yellow. Sneak peek for Adam. Yeah, the King in Yellow is Dan's favorite mythos character. So yeah, lots of aliens, lots of crazy stuff going on. The Hound of Angles, all sorts of cool stuff going on in there. So yeah, come and give us a listen. I am the editor and producer on that. So if there's a sound effect that makes you want to retch, it's probably my fault. I have gotten better at putting content warnings on. Do pay attention to those.
Squelching. Lots of squelching.
We discovered that one of our listeners has, and I actually have a thing about teeth. We found that out in this last season.
All right. Thank you for the warning. All right,
You're
fully
welcome.
prepared now. Okay, so a little bit of background for this scenario that we're going into here. You guys are part of what's called DocWagon. DocWagon is a AA rated corporation. They specialize in high-risk medical care. So they will go into conflict zones and extract their clients and heal them up. They also provide regular non-conflict zone healthcare, but that's where the action's at. You know, that's what's exciting. That's probably what you're going to hear about when you're hearing about DocWagon. You're not going to hear about them picking somebody up that choked on a thing at a China buffet. It's going to be somebody that's in like a hot zone getting shot at. So you guys are DocWagon team members. Some of you are more medically inclined. Some of you are there because you're a badass with a gun. You kind of need that in these situations. This game takes place in the year 2076 in the area of Chicago, Illinois, which is part of the United Canadian and American States. This place, at this point in time, about 22 years ago, I believe is the actual date, got infested by bug spirits, terrible extraplanar monsters that possess people's bodies and mutate them into just the worst kind of gross body horror monsters. Think like the Fly, like the Brundle Fly, except somebody else did it to you. Real bad time. And it got so bad that they put like a cordon around the city of Chicago, not the whole thing, but a big chunk of it, by knocking over a bunch of skyscrapers and building rubble barricades and sealing in the bug spirits and, unfortunately, any residents that were still in there. It was incredibly dangerous. Nobody was allowed in or out. There were armed guards on the borders. A special team of Ares, they're called Firewatch guys. So this is like a corporate, super high-end corporation sent in their best special forces guys to go in and try to deal with it. They set off a nuke. It kind of solved the problem a little bit. That didn't solve it. You know what? It mitigated the problem a little bit. But it's still dangerous in there. And it just reopened in the past couple of months at this point. So I want to say it was at the end of 2075 that they reopened Chicago and they declared it safe enough. So you can get in and out without having to deal with armed guards and stuff like that. There are still barricades in place. They haven't all been cleaned up yet. But you guys are in a vertical takeoff and landing vehicle. Basically, it's like a flying ambulance that is like a vector thrust thing. It's got wings and rotors, and you are flying away from your most recent job. You guys are part of the DocWagon team number 312. Unfortunately, with the recent change in status at Chicago, DocWagon's a little understaffed here. So you guys have been running double shifts, back-to-back turnarounds. It's brutal and exhausting. And there's a lot of conflict. A lot of the people that were in, it was called the Containment Zone, or the CZ. A lot of the people that were in there are just finally able to come out, and, being isolated for 20-something years tends to really have an impact on people. So some of the people that are coming out of there are not the most savory folks. Yeah, so you guys have been busy. Real busy. Real busy. You just finished up a job, nothing too crazy, and you're heading back to base so that you can rest up for a little while and wait for the end of your shift. You've got a gentleman with you. His name, well, you guys call him Pops. He's an old man. Let me pop him up for you guys to take a look. He's in here someplace. Pops is an older dude. You would guess he's probably in his early 70s, getting close to retirement age. By this time, retirement age is probably about 75 because, it's the future of America. So, and he's your main pilot. He's been doing this for decades. Pops is flying the VTOL. You guys are all in there and getting ready to go home. You get a chime that goes off. Well, you know what that means. Another priority 1 alert. I was looking forward to getting a little bit of R&R, but strap back in, we're back in it. Fire up some of the classics. Got Karl Casey. There we go. You know, my parents grew up in Chicago. Never thought I'd end up back here. Well, only 2 more days until I get to retire. I think I'm gonna head out somewhere nice. Maybe fly out to the Caribbean League. Maybe do some tours. Fly around Miami for a while. Might be nice.
Warning, block. Warning, block.
Strap in. We're gonna go evasive. Yeah, been shot at before, but usually they don't have rockets. Oh, shit, I can't shake it. Hold on to your butts, here it comes! Still got this.
Warning, pull up. Warning, pull
Shut
up.
up, damn thing, what do you think I'm trying to do?
Warning, altitude.
Everybody strap in.
Warning, pull up.
Alright, this is it.
Pull up. Warning, altitude.
Let's transition to our next scene. Here we go. All right, so you are in an office building, a couple of stories up. This Sky Ambulance, your VTOL's on fire, burning from the back to the front. You guys all have ringing in your ears. You know, it takes a moment for you to regain your consciousness. You got rattled around pretty good. Not gonna deal any damage to you guys. Also, you'll notice my ADD is crazy. So you'll have no real equipment besides weapons on your character sheet. In this version of Shadowrun, you'll have gear items. They don't have statistics. It's just kind of, it'll facilitate you doing stuff. I left it blank on these character sheets. Whatever gear you think is appropriate for your character to have, you've got. So you don't have to worry about keeping track of it. Just, if it makes sense, it's there. So, you guys slam into this building. And as you come back to your senses and slide out of this vehicle, you know, everybody's kind of crawling out. You're holding your head and you know, cranking your neck like, oh my god, I got in a terrible crash. Pops is pinned. He's got the window well of this VTOL has him right about his waist. And he's there and he's like, oh, sorry about the rough landing. It's not my best, but you know, they say any landing you can walk away from is a good one. You guys, I don't think is everybody okay? I can't seem to, I can't get up. I think I'm stuck on something.
Recharge is laying on the floor, staring at the ceiling. He chose to lay down on the floor during the crash, thinking that would be the best way. And he leans up like the Undertaker does. In a creepy, stiff fashion. Yeah. He's going to stand up and try and help Pops before he exits.
Start pulling. You grab onto Pops' arm. You're pulling. He's like, I can't. Oh. A little bit of blood comes out of his mouth. He's like, I can't. It's not working. I think I'm stuck on something. I can't see too good. I got, something's in my eyes. And you look, and there's like a little piece of shrapnel in one of his eyes. He's like, I can't see too good. It's I think I'm stuck. Maybe my leg is caught in the seatbelt or something. Maybe you can help out with it. I'm gonna have everybody make a perception roll. I got 1 success on mine, so you guys are trying to roll to get 1 or more. Jeez. Looks like that's almost everyone. I'm missing go. I think we got 1 more. We need to.
Me, I can't remember how to do it.
On your character sheet, there's a little eyeball close to the top.
Ah, okay.
Kind of almost on the left side, a little bit towards the center.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So everybody succeeded. So you see the fuel, gasoline, the old-fashioned stuff. That's still what they're using because, you know, fuck the environment, right? So there's a stream of gasoline, and it is, you can see from the tank, there was a puncture, and it's running, and it's like really close to where the fire's at. And you know, all of you know, right away, this fire's going to spread to that gas, and it's going to light up, and this thing's going to go up. However, in addition to that, we got, Zone Out, for some reason, is aware of what's going on. So, go ahead and describe your character, Tiana, if you don't mind.
Not in the least. Zone Out is an elf, stands about 5 foot even, skinny little thing, long red hair caught back in a braid and kind of tied up to the back of their head. Has big old headphones and like a glass piece over their eye to help facilitate all of the hacksaws that they do. And they and they do call it hacksaws because they think they're like, mid 2000s edge.
Oh man, retro cool. Obviously.
Yeah, retro cool. Definitely like that. They don't chew gum, but you get the impression of them having like that languid attitude all of the time, just kind of watching everything going on, like mid-20s, too cool for school, but like their eyes widen as they look around and go, that's a bit not good, right? It goes boom.
You see that happening. You also catch something with your keen elven ears. In Shadowrun, elves don't have any kind of bonuses to hearing or anything like that, but yours are keen. Extra keen. Somehow, through the headphones, you hear some noises coming from outside. You kind of step forward and you see through the big gaping hole that you guys had put into this building. You look out and you see a bunch of movement down there. A couple stories down, 3-4 stories down. Bunch of people, leather jackets. They got, they're spray painted down one of the sleeves. All of them have like a white left sleeve, black leather jacket. And like some of them, mohawks and like weird, bizarre hairstyles. One of my favorite things, rainbow mullet. You got some rainbow mullet dudes coming in, and like it's oh my god, the Lost Boys, right? Kiefer Sutherland mullet, but rainbow. And these guys are all streaming into the ground level of this building, and you can hear them. They're kind of hooting and hollering. You got I bet they got drugs in that ambulance. Let's get up there. And these guys are moving in. You catch it. Nobody else catches it. Everybody else is too concerned with the gas leak and the fire that's coming. Pops pinned under the thing. I think my leg's caught. I can't move it. I got my left leg. I can't. Yeah, I can't.
Whatever
really
we're
feel
doing,
it.
we need to do it quick. We've got incoming. A lot of incoming.
Help me pull on him.
Okay, you're pulling.
Yeah.
Give me you can do just a straight, or you know what, it'd be like athletics if you got the skill. If you don't have the skill, you're just rolling strength.
Can Patches teamwork this with him?
Absolutely. So you'll make
strength roll?
Yeah, I mean whoever's got the better strength or the better athletics will make the roll. The other person can make the roll, and whatever hits they get added to the other person's dice pool.
I have a 4 strength.
3 strength and the natural athlete quality here on Patches.
So it gives you 5 dice, I believe, total. So you're going to have the better pool. So recharge, make the test first. Just roll strength, and any hits you get will be added as bonus dice. There we go. Another thing that's really cool in Shadowrun Anarchy is you guys have plot points. For whatever reason on your character sheet, I think it's called Anarchy. You should have 2 of them. You can use those to change the narrative or to basically seize the narrative if you want to. You could also use it to add what's called the glitch die to your dice pool. And the glitch die, if it comes up as a hit, it counts for triple. If it comes up as a 1, that is called a glitch or a critical glitch. I'm not sure which in this edition, but either way, if you get the 1 on that glitch die, something awful happens. So if you want to add that in, you can. If you don't, that's okay. These plot points can cycle through really fast, so if you guys use them a lot and I use them a lot, they're going to keep changing hands back and forth.
I'll go ahead and use it in this situation. I care about pops.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and add a glitch die to this. I'm pulling with all my strength, trying to rip Pop out of there without any subtlety.
Okay. Throwing caution to the wind.
I'm just pulling hard.
All right, so we're going to put that glitch die onto the next roll. So what do we get? We got 1 bonus, so you go ahead and make your roll with 1 extra die.
And we are rolling. So Patches at this point has scrambled forward to assist and cursing under his breath. Drek. I knew this was going to happen. Who the frag shoots at DocWagon? And that
Oh, no! All of those dice, we got no hits. So you have there's a little button in the chat log that says use edge. If you want to, you can spend 1 of your edge points. Your dude's got a lot of edge. A lot of edge. That'll let you re-roll your misses, and boom!
As surly as Patches is, he cares about Pops, and so he's up there like struggling as hard as he can to get Pops out from underneath this thing.
Pretty strong dude, and especially with the two of you working on this, you put your foot against the side of the crashed Sky ambulance, and you're pushing on that while pulling on his arm, and you got Recharge on the other side pulling on the arm, and you use all of your strength, and you pull, both of you. And as you do, there's just the most sickening, squelching noise, just as you pull, and his body comes out, but the legs don't. He's just torn.
Oh, frag. Patches is scrambling for tourniquets.
He's like, that explains why I can't feel my legs. Oh, I just, you gotta promise me you're gonna tell my wife he dies. He's dead. Sorry, guys.
No.
Yeah,
No, I haven't even seen this.
It was so no. It was so close. It was 2 days to retirement. No.
I literally wrote in my notebook under Pops in all capital letters, doomed.
I tried.
What color shirt was he wearing?
What color shirt was he? Well, I don't know what it was, but it's red now. Covered in blood. Should have wore red to begin with. I think he's even wearing red in the little picture that I got. But
how do you make a composure test?
I think there's a button. I think it is this little indifferent face icon.
Indifferent face.
Yeah, the one that looks kind of like this.
Gotcha. Not the angry face, the indifferent face.
The indifferent face, yeah.
Patches is about to lose it here, but he's holding it together after all.
Oh no! Unfortunately, my roll, I made this an easy test, so I'm rolling 6 dice. I got 4 hits on that, so that's a little bit of a rough one. So you actually managed to hold it together. It's kind of that trolley situation. Did you kill him or not? He was gonna die if you didn't get him out of there. But your actions directly led to his death, so it's kind of a weird philosophical thing you're gonna have to deal with when you've got time to think, which is not right now. That fire is spreading fast. That stream of gasoline, it hits the fire, and you see it just, and it rushes over, and you know you've only got a matter of seconds before it gets into that gas tank, and this thing detonates like a bomb.
Can Patches grab something off of Pops to take with for his wife and kids?
Absolutely.
Is there
He's
anything,
got like a
token or something?
He's got like a necklace that he wears that's got the what do you call that? Like a cameo? What's the thing that's in there? A locket with the pictures that you can unfold it. It unfolds and then it unfolds and it unfolds like 7 times. So he's got like a bunch of his family in there, so you can see all of these kids, and they all have no more great uncle, grandpa, whatever he is. It's tragic, totally tragic. But you got it. It's heavy. It's definitely made out of some sort of synthetic metal because, that's how it goes. But you get it. You pull it off. You don't bother unclasping it. You yank it off like in the movies. It wraps around your hand real good, and then you tuck it in, and you're ready to go. The fire's spreading. There's dudes running up the stairs. You can hear them now clambering up the stairs. You look around. You're in an office building. This floor at one point was, I guess they call it like a cubicle farm, right? So it's a whole wide open floor to ceiling windows where they're still intact. Some of the windows have been busted out well before you guys got there, so there's a lot of like trash that's blown in and like dried leaves, and the drop ceiling, the asbestos drop ceiling has like degraded over the years and is piled up, and there's a bunch of old 2050s terminals set up in these dilapidated cubicles. They got the gray carpeting on the side of the cubicles, you know the ones. And there's a doorway. In this doorway, the door that's supposed to be on it's one of those big old metal doors, but it's like damaged and it's hanging open. And you can hear echoes of crazy maniacal laughter coming from this stairwell. And you know that these guys that came rushing at you, they're on their way. They'll be here any second.
Leave the explosion for them. Let's get the frag out of here.
Roger.
Yep.
All right, you guys grab whatever kind of gear you are able to get your hands on before this thing goes up. Recharge specifically, you got this cool backpack that your drones recharge on. They kind of dock onto it and snap in, and kind of it's cool, super cool. It's like the future. You got that. You're good. You got your drones. It's really important. But whatever other kind of gear, you know, you guys have any kind of medical equipment that you think is appropriate. You guys are trained professionals, so you're prepared. You guys are going to head down these stairs?
Oh,
The
yeah.
same stairs that
We're
the
getting out of
yelling
here.
people are coming up.
That's my question. That's what I want to know. What are we doing?
I don't think we want to go down the same stairs that people are yelling and screaming and coming up. Any building like this is gonna have more than one stairwell. Let's go find it.
All right. So you guys head out to try to find an alternate route. So you'll have, I guess it's just going to be perception again, to try to find something in time for these, to evade these gangers on their way. Ooh, I rolled real hot. I got 5.
You did roll hot, damn.
Nada.
This perception's not working well for me today.
Oh, no.
The no cigar.
You guys start scrambling around, splitting up, trying to find an exit, and it's like moving through a maze. It's like a hedge maze of cubicles. You see like a thing that says like fire escape plans, and like you look at it, you look up, and you're like, this doesn't look anything like this fire escape plan. When was this updated? And it says 2016. What the it's, oh my god. And unfortunately, there's no time. These guys bust through that door that's hanging halfway open. These guys are cackling like a bunch of hyenas, and they're all like, we're gonna get these drugs. I bet they got drugs. They always have morphine on those things. I could use some morphine. Maybe they got food. They come through, and these dudes are rocking shotguns and knives. Some of them have chains. They're wearing these leather jackets, all of them with the one arm painted white. And you guys, you're dispersed a little bit. You're not all bundled together. I'm guessing everybody's clear of the explosive stuff because that's a great plan. So you guys have a little bit of an advantage of being in essentially cover because of all the cubicle stuff that you guys have split up to look through. Who wants to take the first action? These guys have burst through the door and they are rushing in and sweeping around trying to find where there might be drugs. Because everybody loves drugs.
The drugs.
Rick, he almost killed me. Just raised his hand. Classy. All right,
recharge. He is quick to shoot. He's already got his Ingram smart gun in his hand, and he's gonna take a shot at the embarrassed guy because when he was walking through, his pants fell off. So that's the time.
Exactly. So this, yeah, absolutely. His pants have come down, and he's embarrassed to reveal that he's been going commando, but not on purpose. He just doesn't have any more underwear that are clean. Even though his outfit's filthy, but his pants fall down and he reveals his butt, and you take a shot as he goes. He bends down to pick it up.
Yeah,
pick up the pants,
right,
put them back over the butt.
Right in the top of the head. Pow.
You have, as a drone operator, there's an important thing. In Shadowrun, the people that operate drones have a specific term that's used that I guess YouTube will try to... what's the word I'm looking for? Transcribe what we're saying, and we'll mistake it for something horrible, possibly, that we don't want it to have on there. So drone operator is what we're going to call them right now.
Yes.
So as a drone operator, you've got your drones that are listed under your weapons. I don't know if you see there are 3 weapon choices that you've got on your character sheet.
I see it.
You can make, with those drones, 2 additional actions. You've got 2 additional attacks and 2 additional movements. That represents those drones rather than yourself. Plus, you have your own movement and attack.
All right. Each one of the drones is sitting on opposite shoulders right now, and they fire as well. So I'm going to fire at the embarrassed ganger with the Ingram, and then I get to fire twice, once with each drone.
Yeah, and you don't have to like declare which one's shooting what ahead of time. So if you gun this dude down with 1 shot, you're not wasting ammo or anything like that. Also, we don't track ammo, which is great. I love that.
Yeah, never do that.
Yeah. Okay, so you got 1 hit. So I roll my defense against you by clicking on the little button in Foundry, which is awesome. And he is... Oof. Unfortunately, he defends against your attack.
Ah.
You know what? When he bends down to pull the pants back up, ducks right under it. What are the odds?
Bad idea. Oh well. I guess the drones are going to try and fire on him. It's personal now.
I don't know why it's personal now, but yes, let's go. So the first drone fires off. You got 3 successes. He's going to try to defend against it. We got a -1 on his dice pool for being attacked already. Yes. Boom! He rolled like crap. So you get 13 damage on this dude. So the way that damage works in this version of Shadowrun, you'll have an armor rating. Instead of rolling to soak damage or anything like that, the armor gets damaged first. So once you've cut through all the damage available to the armor, then it goes into the physical or stun track, depending on what kind of weapon you're using. That's enough to shred this dude's sick leather jacket. He's got a bunch of patches on it and like pins and stuff, and it shows that he's a huge fan of the band Unleash the Archers.
Oh,
Great.
I feel bad for killing him now.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. But you kill him. Well, you didn't kill him, but you shoot him, and it shreds through his cool leather jacket, and then it deals a bunch of actual damage to him, too. You see bullet hits. They burst through the back of him. You know they're good. Still on his feet, though.
I still got one drone left.
Still got another drone.
And that drone's going to fire on him, too.
Hit him.
Because he ducked my bullet, and I'm angry now. 2 successes.
2 successes. He's got a minus 2 die penalty from being attacked multiple times. Plus, he's got wound penalties. So in Shadowrun, the more hurt you are, the worse you are at doing just about everything. So his wound penalties apply too. And you get him just on the button. He's going to take the full damage, 10 physical. That guy gets shredded. Totally shredded. He's gone. Let's just delete him right out of there. You light him up with the drones. Your shot was enough to set him up. They knock him down. It's like a coordinated pincer attack. Love it.
Heck yeah.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go ahead. Go.
All right.
I get some shots in. I'm supposed to be the one that's defending the team anyway. With
The
all
silence
these
got
guns,
really
right?
awkward there.
Yeah. You know what? Before you go in and you make your attack, describe what your character looks like. This is our first time really getting a good look at Hard Case.
So Hard Case is just your average size elf. Kind of has a mean look all the time. Chewing on a toothpick, carrying
Nice.
around an arsenal of guns, just ready to make sure, try and protect the team, wanting everybody to get out of here alive. Obviously, minus Pops. Very sad.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. You want to make an omelet, you got to kill a couple old guys, I think, is what they say. So, we see Hard Case, elf, chewing on a toothpick. What kind of gun are you bringing to bear on these dudes?
Oh, we're going heavy here. We're going to take the Colt M23.
Colt M23.
Good old...
Big ass gun.
Yeah.
Sniper
Automatic weapon here.
Nope, not sniper rifle. My bad. That is an assault rifle.
Yes.
It's a Desert Strike. You got a Desert Strike. By the way, Hard Case is packing, loaded with guns. Absurdly.
Yeah, there are an absurd amount of guns. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
We're gonna
These guys
use
are
the
at
Colt
short
though.
range to you. Yeah, these guys are at short
Excellent.
range to you, so you're taking no penalties.
All right, we're gonna go with the ambitious. All right, well, let's get a shot here.
There we go. That's a big pool of dice with not a lot of hits, but that's all right. Oh, not great. Not great at all. 2 successes, 13 points of damage applied. So you shred through this guy's jacket too. The whole thing is just ripped to pieces. It soaks up a little bit of it, so he's still on his feet. But this guy's got a POD on his jacket, so like you feel good about shooting him.
He
POD
clearly
and Creed.
deserved it, right? Oh,
Loves
wow.
Creed and Nickelback
Oh man, well, we're gonna take this extra attack from Wired Reflexes and
Winger.
just finish him off. He's too ambitious.
Oh yeah, 5 hits this time. This guy's already taken a shot, so we're getting that -1. Here we go. Oof.
Oof.
Again, another one of these guys shredded. This dude was carrying a shotgun, and he was getting ready to start shooting, and you just smoke him. You put a hole right through the O in the POD patch on his chest, and you think, payable on death? Totally appropriate. Pay up. Right? Okay, so next up.
I can go then.
Okay.
So Zone Out is not, they can handle themselves in combat, but it's not their preferred method of dealing with things. So they're actually gonna like go looking for a computer tower that's still hooked into a network and go scrambling for that. And like crawl under one of the desks to get their jacks in to try and find a more updated version of an escape route.
So here's a cool thing. So your character, Zone Out, is a technomancer. So you're able to access computer systems and networks with your mind. You don't have to actually make any kind of direct connection with these things. as long as they're connected to the future version of the internet. It's called the Matrix, kind of like the movie, but it's totally it's before the movie. The movie stole the idea from this or other things like maybe Neuromancer, who knows.
But counterpoint, I am a small, skinny person who doesn't want to get shot at, so I'd like to be under a desk and not in line of sight.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. You can get under a desk, no sweat. But you're also able to just, through your mind, you're able to see data being transmitted through things. Literally, with your eyes, you can see it moving and flowing. Like these guys have comm links, basically like a future smartphone that is like way more powerful. You're able to see any kind of traffic going to and from them. You can see if they're playing music. You can hear their music if you decide to focus on it. You can see their text messages before they show up in their phones. So you're able to, what you described wanting to do, you don't have to actually get to a computer, but you're able to use the ambient data stream to pull down and download updated information. It looks like one of these guys has mapped out a lot of these buildings in the area. So I'm going to have you do a hacking test.
And I have a quality that gives me a +2 on hacking rolls.
That's built in, so it should automatically... Whoa, that's a heap of dice.
It's a lot of dice.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so that's my favorite thing, my absolute favorite thing about Shadowrun, and I miss it because I don't get to play it.
Big old handful.
Big old handful of dice. Just that you know, that cube of 36 D6s that you can get from like Chess X. Just like I need all of these, and just boom, just demolishing someone's glass table.
My dice goblin self is deeply in love with this idea.
It sets off the little pleasure centers in your brain when you scoop up that many dice. But yeah, you got 5. I had 2, so you definitely get it. You find this guy's rudimentary, it's like done with like the photo editing software that's built into the comm link, and these guys have shit trash comm links. So it's like drawn with a finger of like maps and stuff in there with a red thing. You get little X's and drawing of a $sign or whatever it is. So you've got the maps. So you're able to find a way through this building because these guys have been in here before. So you've got that now. You've got the knowledge.
I'll copy and paste that over and be like, yeet.
Yep, there you go. All right, so I got 2 more, yeah.
Sparkles is not super jazzed about combat, but she can go next.
Yeah, I figured I'd already had an action around here, so I'd let everybody else go who hasn't had a turn yet.
Fair enough. All right, so Sparkles, like I said, not jazzed about combat, doesn't really like guns or anything like that. So instead, she's going to go ahead and go for a stun bolt. She's our resident mage.
Okay.
And she is going to, you know what? She sees a guy who's kind of limping, this hurt ganger.
Yep. There he is.
And she's like, you know what?
Emotionally hurt.
Oh, emotionally hurt?
They're all
he's
emotionally
about to be physically hurt. So, you know what? We can be the change you want to see in the world. This ganger's about to get hit. Okay, and then stun bolt. Is that going to be my spell casting, right?
If you click on that and you've got him targeted, right? There we go.
I think I do.
Should make your test.
Sick. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah, love to see it. 5 successes.
Yeah. Okay, so he's got to make a test to resist.
Which is strength and willpower, right? Oh my
No
god.
way!
It's bullshit.
Wow. Holy crap, you got 5.
All right.
Wow.
The reason why that happened in my head is that Sparkles, of course, after, she was making her coffee, she's now wearing the coffee. She is not in a good mood. And she's like damp. She smells of caffeine. It's not great. And she's just not on her game. She tries to hurl a spell and it just doesn't.
Oh yeah, you got the shaky caffeine withdrawals. You pull up the bottom, like the belly of the t-shirt, and you try to like wring it into your mouth to get a little bit of coffee that you can. It's just a couple of drops, and it tastes more like t-shirt than coffee. And it would have been terrible coffee anyway. It's the instant stuff. And not feeling it. Not feeling it.
Not feeling it. At least I didn't get any drain,
Yeah, that's a huge plus. So in this, when you're casting spells, it can, if you overdo it, you hurt yourself. It's kind of like Jean Grey from X-Men, where she's like, oh, I'm exhausted, and takes a nap after doing cool stuff. So we got 1 left. Patches.
All right. So Patches has been struggling with the death of Pops, and now it's time to unleash vengeance. So he's got his FNR. He pops out behind the cube, and he is going to take on this guy right here.
Okay, so hover over, hit the T. There you go. You got him locked on.
And that is the deceitful ganger.
Web of lies.
All right, so
Nice. Nice. We got 4 successes from you. Let's see how he does. None successes. 10 damage. So that again is enough. You rip through his armored jacket. So it's a leather jacket again. Sleeve is white. Not anymore. It's red in most of those spaces on there. This guy is a huge fan of let's go with Battle Beast.
Oh, he deserved to live.
Oh yeah. But you shoot him up. Full auto. It'd probably be a burst from that thing. But burst fire targeted. You got experience. You got experience. You know, you've done this before. I don't know if you picked up on the stuff based off of the character sheet, but Patches is a little bit of an older dude. This guy has been part of DocWagon at this point for probably about 30 years.
yeah, he was probably next to retire behind Pops.
Yeah, out of this crew, absolutely. He's a little bit of an older guy, but he's still probably got a decade, unfortunately. You know. All right,
And
so
he's pissed.
everybody has gone. So we go to the gangers. The 3 of them that are still up move in, and they scramble in. The fire spreads towards this sky ambulance, right? It gets there, and you can see everybody's got it kind of in their periphery. They're keeping an eye on it, and it gets to the tank, and you see it's like flickering up on the side of this thing, and it's going to be just moments before this thing goes off. These guys rush in. One of them, this deceitful ganger, rushes in. He's trying to scrounge out drugs before the thing blows. He's probably going to die. I'm just going to put that out there. The other 2 take up positions to try to defend him as he's scrounging. They move around some of the cubes and get some cover. The one gloomy ganger is going to pop up and he's going to take a shot at Hard Case, because Hard Case is rocking and rolling and looks like the biggest threat. So we got a Remington room sweeper. This thing, you see it, it's like a really old shotgun. There's a bunch of like duct tape on it. The barrel's been cut down poorly. Like one of the barrels is a little bit longer than the other one. And he takes a shot. Yowza! We got 2 successes. So you see that little defend against 2 successes button in the chat log? You click on that and it'll roll for you.
Excellent.
Oh, he hits 12 damage. Hit that apply 12p.
Got it.
Oof, that's a good hit, man. That's exactly how much your armor is.
Yeah, that's all my armor.
Hard Case is wearing heavy armor.
Good thing.
It just gets peppered with buckshot. Peppered. Okay, so next in line, we've got the Hurt Ganger. He's the last one. He's going to move around, get behind another one of these cubicles. I hate to keep saying they're behind cubicles. Feels kind of lame, but they're behind cubicles. There's so many cubicles, that's what he's behind. He springs up over the top of one of the cubicles. He's like, hi-ya! And he looks as the wrong, there's nobody behind it. And then he, catches somebody out of the corner of his eye and turns and he fires. Blasts through the side of one of the cubes, trying to hit Patches. He's going to try to hit Patches. Blast through one of the cubes, and the pellets fly through. And he's also blast through one of the old terminals. There's a bunch of that cool blue smoke that comes out, and the important blue smoke that makes the computer work comes out of the computer as it blasts right through. Let's see how he does. Remington Room Sweeper, 3 successes. So go ahead and click that little defense button on there. Damn, that's a pool of dice. So yeah, nothing. It just blows up the computer. And that cool smoke comes out, and you can smell it, and it smells like that computer's never going to work again. We go back to the next round. So, out of these 3 guys, one of them's in the sky ambulance right now, and he's loading up, and he comes out of this thing. I'm gonna give everybody take a plot point. He goes, and he comes out of this thing, and he's got his arms filled with painkillers, morphine. He's got IV. He's got lactated ringers, like IV drip bags, which aren't gonna do anything. But he doesn't fucking know. He's an idiot. He's got those, and some gauze and whatever he can get out of there. He's got the keys to the thing. It's got Pop's lucky synthetic rabbit's foot. You guys see the
Bastard.
keys? Yeah.
Not happening.
He's always had that. You guys have a little memory of when you met him the first time, and he's got it on the carabiner clipped to his waist, and he's always got it, and he rubs it habitually for luck. And maybe if he had rubbed that thing for luck before taking those evasive maneuvers, maybe everything would have come out okay. Maybe not. You'll never know. Unfortunately, that's the way the life goes. But he's got the keys. He's got the drugs. And he comes out, and he's laughing like a lunatic. And he's like, I got the drugs. I got a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of needles, clean needles. The other two are going to go again. They're going to try to cover his escape, and they are taking shots, basically firing like lunatics, just trying to keep you guys in place, kind of suppressively. So we're going to do a shot at recharge.
Me.
Remington Room Sweeper. Blam. You're in cover. Add 2 dice.
The defense thing? Cool.
Fully defended. It's not enough. It just blasts into the cube. Doesn't get through. It's almost like that's what the cubicles were made for. Some of them, you know what? Some of them were probably built in a time where they are like lead lined. Or probably maybe Kevlar. Maybe some sort of synthetic Kevlar composite thing from the future, obviously. No damage. The other one's going to take a shot. We're spreading the wealth. We're going for Sparkles. Sorry.
No.
It's coming. This is the Gloomy Ganger. This guy's fresh. He's taking no damage yet.
All right. And we're rolling.
Oh, Yowza. Hits you real good.
Ugh. Oh no.
So the pellets blast through this
Right.
this cubicle. Yeah, there's a like an ancient withered potted plant. It's basically like a stick in some old dirt, and it explodes. There's ceramic shards and terracotta. I think you clicked it twice.
Did I?
Like, yeah, you're.
Yeah, because I was
It
going to say,
shows me
probably
you're
I
dead.
didn't die from that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was supposed to be. What was it? It was 11 damage.
Yeah,
damage,
11 damage.
11 damage. So 9, 10, 11. So you should have. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, 2. That's what I thought.
Yeah. All right. So it's enough, and it's peppers through, shreds some of your armor. You've got the regular old standard issue DocWagon. It's like a Kevlar vest kind of thing that's got the DocWagon emblem on it. It's white normally with some red trim to it, red piping over the shoulder, down to under the armpits, and then across the bottom of it around the neck. It looks cool. It's got a bunch of snaps and buckles, but it pops through it, and you can feel some of this burning into your chest. It burns, kind of similar to getting like snapped with like a rubber band. Like it doesn't hurt as much as you expected, but you know that it's not good. You got no time to think about it, though. You gotta act.
Yeah.
So it's back to you guys.
Pat just hollers over at Sparkles. You good, Sparkles?
Yeah, I'm fine.
He's not getting that rabbit's foot.
Which one is the one that's running away with the rabbit's foot?
The Gloomy Ganger.
Okay. Hard Case is gonna level his rifle and just shout as the ganger's running away. That's not yours.
Oh man, 7 successes. I don't think he's even got enough dice to possibly survive this. Nah, 14 physical damage. So you shred through that jacket. He's still on his feet somehow. Holy crap, but he is hurting. You shoot him with this rifle. Burst fire again. From behind, because he's running away, and it tears through, catches him in like the shoulder blade, the scapula, if you want to get into bone terms. But you hit him, and it goes through, bursts out the other side, splatters blood against the wall as this dude tumbles down to the ground, and he spills out his armload of ill-gotten goods, stolen drugs and medical equipment, and it's got. You catch it, you see a bottle of antibiotics. You're not gonna get high off of that. I don't know. Spills out. Cap comes flying off. Antibiotics everywhere. Just penicillin for days. Who's next?
Recharge will go next.
Yeah, let's go.
Recharge, by the way, he's like 6'6". He's
Holy crap.
he's tall. He's really thin. He's got long hair that like goes down to like the back of his thighs.
Oh, wow.
It's never combed. It's always just like in a huge bun that just like weighs his head down. And he's got a big beard.
Suffers from constant back pain.
Oh yeah, headaches, the whole lot. This whole time he's been kind of maneuvering around, and he kind of pops out of the corner, and that is not yours. Pop, and shoots the guy right in the face.
Subtle.
Yeah.
All right, hit me, man. Let's get these dice.
All right. Recharge is a man of few words.
Aim from Smart Gun. This is like a machine pistol that's like super boxy, and it's got like this great big fat barrel on it, like a can of Monster on this barrel, and it's got a cord that comes out of it, and the cord is like super highly visible, like LED wire red, plugged into the back of your dude's skull, feeds into your cybernetic eyes. You're able
That's
to
awesome.
keep track of things in the periphery of your vision. You can see ammo count, and it's telling you trajectories and targeting. You got like RoboCop, like the crosshair moves down, finds your target, locks on, and then it shows you all sorts of geometry. You don't even look at the geometry. You're not thinking about it. You just know, like, okay, you line up your shot, you take it, blah, 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 blah. Light them up.
Yeah, take this.
Light them up like Christmas.
Okay.
Ooh, full damage. He's got no chance. So he takes that 8 points of damage. You kill him. You pepper him. His body shimmy shakes as he's lit up on the ground and jerks around. And he goes, and coughs out some blood and, like, immediately stops moving. There's blood all over. Some of these antibiotics is spilled out and scattered across the ground. He's gone.
I yank the rabbit foot.
The rabbit foot spills out of his hand. It's like a Citizen Kane, you know, where he's like, oh, Rosebud, but it's like the rabbit keychain falls out of his hand as his body finally relaxes in death, and it just rolls out, and you snatch it up. It's got the keys, the rabbit's foot. Also, you know, his favorite, he's got like a #1 keychain. It's his like #1 grandpa. You got it.
Oh.
We are a sentimental bunch.
Yeah, everybody loves Pops. Oh. We got a couple more, you guys. What are we doing? We got 2 more of these gangers that are still alive-ish. They're scrambling, though. They're trying to get out of here.
They killed Pops, so Patches is not letting them get away.
You killed Pops.
That's not the way it's working in my head right now.
Fair
but
enough. All right,
we
good
might
point, good
get there
point.
later. Once the soy whiskey hits, we might realize that.
After a couple of years of therapy, it's finally going to come through.
All right,
Oh,
so
man.
Patches is just targeting deceitful ganger. FN Har over the cubicle wall again as the guy's trying to leave.
We'll take the 6. Holy cow. This guy is not getting out of the way of that. Yeah, no way. 13 physical damage. You blast through, there's nothing left of this guy. It's gruesome and graphic. And it's so graphic that I'm not going to describe it. There's like a censored thing. Boom. Too graphic. It's a mess.
Yes.
Total mess. So we've got 1 dude left. Oh, this guy is actually looking okay.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, the hurt ganger's not hurt at all. He's trying to scramble and get out of there.
The
Though.
Sparkles will go ahead and give it a shot. Once again,
I like it.
she's like, all right, this time, it's gonna work. What kind of band patches is this guy rocking? Like, what is giving him this protection?
The whole back, big old back patch. It's 9-inch nails. And you think maybe he's a hurt ganger because he really likes the song. And that's what it is. Also, he's got like a Johnny Cash patch on the front because he likes the Johnny Cash cover.
That explains it then. Obviously.
And on his back, like across the shoulders, almost like a hockey player's jersey, it says like Empire of Dirt.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't feel so bad about missing him this time. But this time I'm gonna hit him.
Ooh, that's a lot of 1s and 3s.
Can I re-roll? I'm gonna use.
Yeah, you
my
hit that
edge.
use edge button on there; it'll re-roll.
Right.
Yikes! You got 11 dice. Some of it should hit.
You would think.
So you got 3 successes now that you used edge. So that is edge is basically like a luck attribute. It lets you kind of twist fate to your whims, and he's gonna try to resist it. Oh, 4. He conjures up the power of Johnny Cash to resist your magic.
Sparkles definitely goes like, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah, you're doing everything you can, and there's no visual manifestation of this. It's a mana spell. It happens on the astral plane, so you're sitting here and you're making faces like you're trying to.
He's doing wizard hands.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I love it. But like nothing's happening. You just look like a fool.
and the worst part of it is that her mentor spirit is like right behind her, and she can see it. And he's just crossed his arms, shaking his head. This big old bear.
The bear. Bear is the mentor spirit.
Yeah.
Bear's like, you shouldn't be trying to harm him. You're here to help, to heal, to love. Love like a bear loves salmon in the streams, but you're out here trying to cause harm. Maybe that's why you're not making your dice rolls. Bear's smooth.
You guys can see, like, Sparkles is obviously getting more and more irate. You have no idea why. She's just like this sometimes. Occasionally she just gets mad and you're like, okay.
Making angry faces and angry hands and nothing's happening. Just getting angrier. I love it. Who's left? I think Zone Out.
Now that I have the escape route tucked away in my files, I'm gonna like peek out just a little bit just to get a sense of where everyone is and see what's going on. And I wanna reach out and I want to reach out and touch that last one's comm unit and just send a horrible sound piercing through his head from that.
You're able to see where any kind of like devices are on this person. You notice that this guy's got a cybernetic arm. His whole right arm has been replaced with something. It's a synthetic one. It almost looks like regular skin. You wouldn't know unless you look for the telltale signs. He's got a comm link in his pocket as well. Earbuds in. One side, just the right side, so he's listening to some tunes. And you reach out and you zap him. So on your character sheet, you've got a couple of different shadow amps. So you'll see resonance spike is probably what you're trying to do here. That's like an attack. That'll deal damage to him. Roll hacking. So you got 8. Woof. I'm going to try to roll to resist that. 1. So you're going to add 7 to that damage value, and the damage value on resonance spike is 8.
Oof.
Wow.
Basically trying to send like a sonic spike through his head.
It not only does it send horrible, like incredibly high decibel like audio through, the earbud he's got detonates in his ear. It fully blows up. You overdid it. And he is going to take all of that damage. So let's see, there's 8 and then an extra 6. Bam, 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 bam. So this thing detonates. He like screams, and then you see like his ear just, it blows up like an M80. Like if somebody put an M80 in the dude's, like a black cat. Somebody put a black cat in the dude's ear canal and lit it off. And he's like, ow! And he dives over the side, and he like hits the ground, and he's rolling around in pain. He's clutching his ear, and it's gone. It's like Reservoir Dogs, you know. It's just like blown away, shredded. At this point, right when that guy drops, is when the VTOL finally blows. This thing blasts out. The propeller blades spin out, cut through the wall. You guys duck underneath as it rips through a bunch of these cubicles, shattering glass, and then flies off into the distance. The fuselage sends shards out into the mid-evening sky and rains down burning chunks of wreckage down to the streets. One of you, I don't know which one. Who's in charge here? Who's the leader? Let's go ahead and put that pressure on somebody.
I have to be in charge for redacted reports. Don't make me do that.
I saw nose goes. That counts. That counts. Nose goes. Oh. Somebody until they realize what it means. Oh, it's you! Recharge is in charge.
Oh, so, I thought the opposite was occurring.
Nope. Too bad. Gotcha, buddy. You're in charge.
All right.
Recharge, you've got the tracker. So here's the thing. When you sign up for a contract with DocWagon, you get a bio monitor. Usually it's like a bracelet. Some people opt for a more expensive implanted version. But you've got this device. It looks like one of those big old-fashioned flashlights that they had in like the 80s. So it's like a big old box, and there's a thing on the front of it. But instead of it being a flashlight on the front, it's like a little display. So you got a little like blip, 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 and it points you in the right direction. It gives you a little bit of information about your contract holder, your client's well-being, their biomonitor results. So you see the little readout on the side of it. It says, stable unconscious. It gives you like pulse, blood pressure, and blood sugar levels, because some people, need to keep track of that. It's giving you directions towards where this person is. So even though you guys have crashed, you still have a job to do. And if you want to get paid, do your job. And you got to track down your client.
That's what Pops would have wanted.
No patient left behind.
You guys scoop up. Somebody grabs the key with the rabbit's foot and the number 1 grandpa. It's got a lot of blood on it. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to clean that out.
I think Recharge got it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. You guys scoop up a little bit of painkillers. I'm going to let everybody that took damage, if you want to use some of these painkillers, go ahead and knock out 1 box of physical damage. And got directions, basically, to follow towards where your client is.
Do we have a sense for how far away it is?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, it's more than like a hot cold kind of thing. Like it gives you like a readout on how far away they are. You guys came down fairly close. Guys, it's gonna be in metric because everything in Shadowrun is metric, and I don't know, but it translates to you guys are less than a mile away from where your client is.
Okay.
Do we have any details on the client?
You got a little bit of information on this guy. This guy is in his mid-40s. He is a human. You've got his stock photo. Let me bring him up for you. That's the photo that he uploaded to his profile. He's got a gun in his profile photo.
If he had any more edge, he'd cut himself.
Right? Yeah. So he looks like a business guy from the 80s. He looks like a cool business dude. He's got a gun. It's a fancy-looking gun. He's got dark hair. Not too long, but business sleazebag guy. Corporate type. For those of you listening, this character is played by, I would say, the late and the great, but he's neither dead nor great, Gene Simmons from Kiss.
Oh.
Yeah. Played by Gene Simmons from Kiss. There's your guy.
Pat just looks at the rest of the team and is like, this looks like trouble.
Well, every inch.
Always is.
We're not here to judge. We're just getting them out.
Gotta get paid.
Again.
What Pops would have wanted.
In addition to, all of his vital statistics and stuff like that, there is documented that he's got a Sony brand data jack and embedded comm link in his head. There's details of any kind of treatment that he's received in your care. Nothing stands out as this guy being like a lunatic or anything like that. The kind of stuff you'd expect of somebody in their mid-40s. He's, you know what? He has not yet scheduled his prostate exam that he should have.
What's a corpse suit doing in the CZ zone?
There's a great question that, unfortunately, his documents don't tell you. But you do know. I'm going to give this to you guys. As soon as they said that the CZ is safe again, safe-ish, safe enough, there's been a lot of people moving in trying to reclaim their their company's previous holdings in there, or basically lay claim to holdings or land or buildings for cheap that have been damaged a lot. And a terrible thing is all the people that have been living in there, that have been squatting and basically making these old abandoned buildings their homes, they're getting kicked out.
Corpo looters.
Yeah, it's as soon as the corporation's like, no, this is ours, they gotta go. So these people have been living there for 20 years and it's no longer their home. It's tragic.
Corpo scum.
The worst! So, you know where to go. You guys make your way out, you follow the exit route, you get through, you dodge through. There's some areas that are pretty degraded inside of this building that you're in, and you manage to, not fall through the stairs or anything like that. You get out okay. You make it down. It was 4 flights. You get out into the city, and you start trekking through. Well, not trekking through, pardon me. You make your way a couple of blocks without incident. You get into an old parking structure. It's the kind where, you go up, 3-4 floors and find your parking. There's an elevator inside of it somewhere. But the thing takes you here. You guys start looking through this parking structure. There's a bunch of old, incredibly old cars. These things have been here for 20, 25 years. None of them have like functional wheels on them. Stuff's been stolen, like they've been busted into. Some have been burnt up. It's a lot of chaos has been going on in the containment zone in the past couple of decades. But you go through and you get to where your client tracker tells you should be. It's just going beep, 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 beep. It shows you're right on top of them. You should be right here. And you're looking around. You guys explore the multiple different floors trying to find him. And he's nowhere to be found.
This is concerning.
Is there like a cell phone number, IP address, way to track where the comm is? If it's not like, because we're tracking the information that we were given. I want to see if I can basically make the comm unit ring so we can hear where it might be.
Sure, yeah, definitely. So you can see the flow of data. So if somebody were making a call, you would be able to see that stream of information moving from my phone, then heading out and bouncing off of whatever cell towers. And if you felt like following it, you could follow it like I would follow a cable from a computer to wherever. So you can see that. You could, if you were able to find this dude's comm link, you could set it off.
Basically plucking that string.
Yes, that's a perfect, yeah, absolutely. So You can make a perception roll and see if you can pick up any kind of trace to this guy. You know he's got an embedded comlink in his head. That's a fairly common thing for corporate people in this setting, is to have a cell phone built into their brain so that they can handle, their workload more efficiently and directly neurally interface to their Excel spreadsheets in the future.
Terrifying.
Oh yeah, I would do it. I swear.
I like being able to see it and being able to put it away. So I don't think I would do either the eye augmentation or the brain augmentation.
I would do it. I wish I could get just Crab Rangoon memes beamed into my vision without me having to try. Oh man, I'm a lunatic. All right, so let's see. We got 4 hits for you. So you are in here and you're looking around and you know that he should be right here. And this thing is attached to a biomonitor, so that's like this guy. It's probably embedded into his comlink. So the fact that it's transmitting a location to you, you're able to kind of follow that string back and see where it goes. And from this handheld tracking unit, you're able to follow this lime green ones and zeros flowing out of it.
Of course.
And it kind of snakes and it hits the ground and goes down into the ground. And you look around, you go down a level, you go down another level, you get to the ground level, and this thing traces away into this old van and then down.
Looks like we got a bunker.
Great. Now we have to figure a way in.
I'm getting too old for this trick.
It goes.
Don't
You say
say
it goes
that.
into a van?
It goes into a van, and then you lose it. Because unfortunately, the physical world around you hinders your view. Now, you're also able, as a technomancer, to basically release your consciousness from your body and send it into virtual reality and project out. But that it gets a little metaphorical, essentially. So it's not like you can go exactly like, oh, well, if I go to the left, it's to the left. You kind of see hosts and servers and data moving around, so it wouldn't be very effective to follow it beyond what you can see in your physical vision. But you could do that if you felt like it. It's pretty cool.
I'll leave it for now, but at least I can indicate a direction of down here somewhere.
Yeah, you guys get right up to this van, and the tracer is like boop 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 boop.
I open the back of the van.
Yeah, it's got one of those sliding doors, and you try for it, the handle busts off, and you guys put a little bit of effort into it, you pry it open, and you slide it aside. And this van is dilapidated, the ceiling in it is saggy, like an old person's skin. But you look down, and there's like a panel. It's got a little metal loop you can put your finger in and lift up, and there's stairs going down. Concrete steps that lead down. Yeah, I see you. Sid's like, oh, not this, but concrete stairs going down. It looks like this van is a decoy. It's in this parking space, and it's parked perfectly, by the way, in this parking space. You can still make out the remnants of the yellow paint for where the lines are. And it goes down with harsh fluorescent lights flickering. As you lift that panel up, they kick on. Let me get a perception roll from everybody before you guys go in. I wanna see if you guys spot some cool additional details. I only got 1. Wow, you guys are gonna be able to spot all this cool stuff. Wow,
Yeah.
5, 4. Look at all these dice. 4. Wow, where were all these rolls earlier? All right,
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
So it always goes okay, so everybody sees it. You guys look around, and there's little bits of blood that look fairly recent. You guys see some shell casings, some spent shell casings. Patches, you find, while you were exploring, before you got down to this van, you found a setup behind one of these cars, kind of tucked into a little niche, a laptop setup, and it's got one of those big old satellite antennas on the side of it. It's got a password on it. You're probably, you don't know anything about that kind of stuff.
Hey,
So
zone
far.
out. We got some tech here.
Yeah,
I love it.
Zona does the grabby hands for it.
So you get to this thing, and immediately, you're like, oh, yeah, I can get in here. And as you put your hand onto this laptop, you're able to feel the information from it, and you get a direct connection to it. And it's as easy as making a sandwich to you, it's just yeah, I can do that, no problem, whatever, I know this works. Make a hacking roll. I'm going to let you get in there as long as you beat an easy test.
Okay.
And my result is nothing, so don't roll nothing with that monster storm of dice. So yeah, you get right in there, no problem. It's just,
Yeah.
it opens up to you. It's as easy as picking up and reading a book. This thing belongs to someone that works for a company called As Technology. They're based out of what? Yeah, I know you know what that is. They're based out of what was once Mexico or Central America. Basically, this company owns all of Central America. It belongs to some people that work for that, and it says like Jaguar and stuff like that. And it's from your personal experience that this belongs to a Black Ops military. You immediately know from looking at this technology, this is very new. This hasn't been sitting here for decades. This is recent. Somebody's been here, and then looking at the shell casings and the blood, like, these guys are in the area.
Well, we may have picked up a little bit more trouble than we were expecting, and I will explain what I found.
Does anybody, you guys can decide this because it's not built in. Does anybody have any experience working with or against As Technology?
I'm
Probably
sure Patches
against.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I've sparred with their hackers a few times in the cyber webs.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Sparkles probably knows people who took jobs because she went to MIT. I don't know if you guys know this. You do. That's the answer because she tells you at every opportunity.
Oh yeah,
But like some of her cohort went and worked for As Technology, and here she is working for DocWagon. Nice.
Yeah, it was a AA. It's still prestigious, but it's not like AAA,
Yeah.
And I'm sure your parents let you know. They're like, well, you could have got, your cousin ended up going and working for Seder Krupp. There's a dragon. It's like, I know. I'm helping people. Like, are ya? Here we go. You guys found the van. You guys opened the van. You saw these stairs going down. So let's get back into it. Let me compose myself here real quick. I'm going to stop for a moment before I compose myself. Paul, I got to point this out. You're a handsome dude. That's it. All right, that's it. It's been. I'm like.
It's for sure.
There's a handsome dude. All right, he's gone.
He's out.
Oh man, that's funny. So, all right.
Get back here.
So,
I got some sun this weekend.
all right. So you open the van. Stairs going down. Harsh fluorescent lighting flickers on. Strobes to life. There's the hum, the buzz of the lights. As you guys see this, it's going down. Tracker's telling you you're going the right way. Zone Out's able to see this trail of information, the back and forth, the in and out between his biomonitor and the tracker, just lazily roiling and floating down these steps into the darkness ahead.
Was I able to get any information off the laptop about what an As Technology Black Ops person is doing here?
So it says that they're here in order to intercept is the word I'm looking for. They're here to intercept a rival operation. There's information that they are supposed to obtain from a rival corporation. There's not a lot of details in it. It's a lot of jargon and coded talk so that it's not out in the open. In case somebody like you gets their hands on this computer, the details are enough for you to know that they are trying to intercept someone that has some kind of information that should be operating in this area. It says Facility 26. It keeps saying pertinent data. That's all it says. It doesn't give you any kind of details of what it is.
Okay.
Oh, also, by the way, it's in Spanish. So I'm going to assume now your character speaks Spanish. There you go.
Sure. Or has developed a very good translator mod.
Oh, you know what? That makes more sense. Yeah. Forget it. Yeah, it's that.
I have Babelfish.
Basically, yeah. It's software that you've pirated through mind powers. You open a thing in your periphery or vision, all of the information kind of flows through this thing, and then it spits out in friendly thoughts straight to you. Not even words or text. It's full on thoughts. Just kind of makes sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
If it were on a page in front of you, you couldn't do it, but through the computer, it just migrates into your brain. You just know.
Just know, man.
So you guys go down, huh? Yeah? Or are you guys going to just leave and then call it a night?
No, we have to get our target.
That would be a very short playthrough. If we did the smart thing, like this is every Call of Cthulhu game. If we just were like, nah, peace out, man.
That's my thing with Call of Cthulhu. Every time I'm like,
why wouldn't you just leave the building?
Just go. Like I know it's interesting. Walk away. Just walk away. So you guys head in.
For our target, do we have any information on him? Like, do we know if he's connected to As Technology, the guy that has the monitor that we're going to pick up? Does that say in his?
It
his bracelet info?
It does not say his employer. His residence is listed in Pittsburgh. So I don't know if that does anything for you, but you're able to look at some of his history in it. This guy does a lot of travel for his work. So, he hits a bunch of different places, but he's based out of Pittsburgh, frequent flyer, and it also, for whatever reason, shares information with his airline miles and stuff like that, so you can see how many frequent flyer miles he's got racked up. He flies on a lot of Aries flights, but so do you when you go on vacation every once in a while. One of the great benefits of working for DocWagon is you get a solid 8 days of vacation a year. Fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man,
I've never taken one.
Should really cash those in one day.
One day, maybe.
Otherwise, you end up like Pops. He never took one. Now look at him.
Right? Now look at
Not
him.
once. Not once.
Right.
Zone out.
Be
Jake.
proud of it.
Especially these double shifts that we're working, right?
Right.
That's the thing, is that you get 8 days of vacation, but it has to be approved.
Of course.
And you have to take it at some point when it's when it's convenient for the company.
Actually, it has to be approved 28 days before you're supposed to go, so you got to submit it way before that. In writing, in triplicate.
Thanks,
And
Sparkles.
you know you're letting the team down, so you can't actually do it because now they're shorthand.
Of course not. Yeah, absolutely. You're already shorthanded, so it would be impossible. You guys head down. You guys head down this corridor with the flickering, spooky lights. It smells old. It smells like walking into an old stairwell outside of the shopping mall. Like there's a little bit of like a piss smell to it, and just like must, and a little bit of decomposition. Not like rotting meat or anything intense like that. Just like that old, like rotting leaves and vegetation, kind of a little. As you get further and further down the steps, the lights flick on ahead of you a short distance, and as you get deep enough, they start to flick off behind you. Feels like you've been going for a while, and dwarves in this don't have any kind of magic ability where they can tell how deep they are in the earth. That's just from video games. This is real life. And you come to, it looks like it should be a secure door. It's a heavy, heavy metal door. It's got like a keypad on the side, but the door is ajar. It's open. And those of you that are looking around and are being observant, I'm not going to make you roll, but you can decide whether or not you notice this. There's been a little bit of blood here and there going down these stairs. Like somebody injured has been heading this way.
Ooh. Well, guys, that's probably not a good sign.
Anybody have anything that we can scout ahead before we just bust through this door?
Sure do.
There you go.
A little drone pops up off of my shoulder and flies over there.
What kind of drone we got on there?
Let's see here. Where are my little buddies at?
Generally, and it doesn't have to be, this is up to you. Generally, these things are sculpted to look like bugs, insects, whether it be like a cockroach or like a dragonfly or something like that. But they're about that size, the size of like a decent sized cockroach, maybe like 2 inches long, max. But it could be whatever you want. It could look like a little ornithopter from Dune if you want, because Dune was pretty cool.
They're little like quadcopters.
Okay, cool. So just like little tiny.
Bugs give him the creeps. Recharge has seen enough bugs.
That's.
He doesn't need to be reminded of it.
Ooh, yeah, Chicago, huh? All right. So your little quadcopter, it unfolds and then like emerges from your back and flies off. And it's got cameras on there. And at this point, it's 8K resolution. It's great. Super tiny. The thing's the size of a ballpoint pen on a big pen, the size of this camera. But the resolution's fantastic. So this thing flies off and gets out ahead of you. You fly in through the door, and it heads into this next area. We're going to move to a new scene. Now this, again, I want to remind you guys, this is just for vibes. Don't think that everything you see in this background is actually there. There's a little dog. Ignore the dog. There's no dog. You see a tank with something creepy inside of it. Don't worry about that. It's just to give you vibes. Look, no, don't worry about it. I see you worrying about it. Stop worrying about it.
I'm expressing concern.
The moment a GM says, "Oh, don't worry about it," I start to worry.
Yeah, that's probably a good plan. So that's healthy paranoia. So you head down into this facility, and it's dark in here, so it switches into its night vision mode. So you get just that black and green, and there's like an open area, and there's black and yellow, like diagonal striping stuff around this big open platform, handrails and stuff like that. There's a gigantic chunk of machinery that you're not familiar with, but it does look old. It looks weathered, rusty. The paint peeling away from it like the skin off of a snake. But that's about it. There's not a lot else here. You are able to, cycling through the different vision enhancement modes in your drone, you're able to pick up that this blood trail does go on further in towards this big platform in the middle. And you start to get the little indication, like blip, 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 battery low, blip, blip, battery low.
You hear him under his breath. Damn, I'm calling it back. Looks like we can go, though. And the blood continues.
So it flies back and lands into its little spot, folds back up, starts charging back up, and like instantly it's like, battery full! Maybe it's time to replace the battery in that thing. You know, oh well. We'll get there someday.
It just keeps getting overlooked for other stuff.
Yeah. You put in requests. It's tight right now. Oh well.
All right. Well, Hard Case is gonna take point and slowly move through that door and head into that room.
Pull the door open, it creaks open. It's the rust of ages, decades, creaks as you open this big, thick metal door. This thing's probably like 3 inches thick, but the pad on the wall is like busted. Somebody definitely damaged that pad, but it opens up. Pull it open, you guys get in there with a little bit of effort, and this area, you guys all have flashlights, I'm gonna assume, and you walk in, your beams are casting on the walls, the ceiling, the ground, there's metal slat flooring as you move forward, and you get to this big platform, and you're able to tell that this platform is like an elevator. Who feels brave?
Oh, I'll do it.
Fuck yeah. So you feel brave. You move up to the edge and you look down the side of this platform, and you can see it's this diagonal elevator shaft that goes down into the darkness, well beyond the beam of your flashlight. You see a control panel. It's got 3 buttons. It's got like an up, a down, and then it's got a big old red one.
Recharge his flashlight as his cyber eyes, by the way, and he kind of just
Oh, so it just like shoots out of your eye?
taps
Cool.
the side of his head, and it gets brighter or dimmer. And he brings it up to bright.
Cool. Yeah, and it's as bright as it gets. Like, you're able to illuminate the walls of this shaft that go down, but like it doesn't go too far. So you're able to see like this is a big ass elevator platform.
I'll pop my head back up and tell everybody what I saw, dust myself off. What do you guys want to do about it? I know I'm the leader, so I just recalled that I am the leader.
It's kind of your call,
It's a democratic group. You're not just gonna tell us to do stuff.
Yeah, I'm not the commander. I'm the leader. I suggest. Oh boy. So down the elevator shaft, is there any access down there, or is it just a drop?
You look around and you find that towards the back of this platform, there's big yellow guardrails. They're metal piping, and the metal's peeling away in a lot of places, and there's a lot of rust. Some of it's actually been like damaged and is hanging on. But there's a thing in the floor of this platform elevator that you could lift up. It's going to take a little bit of effort. I'm not going to make anybody roll for it, but it's going to take 2 of you guys to lift this up to get this platform hatch up. Stop me if you guys think that I'm going too far, but you guys do. You lift it up and you flip it over. It's on a hinge and it flops over and it slams down and makes a little bit of noise and some rust flakes off, but you look down and there's a ladder that goes down that you could access. And this ladder, like if the elevator were to go down and this hatch is open, it's going to clear the ladder. So you could go down it and be on this ladder while the elevator's moving and be okay as long as you're not like leaning it full lean back. I wouldn't recommend it just to be safe, from like an OSHA standpoint, but if you needed to, you could.
Recharge kind of tucks all of his hair into his jacket.
It takes a minute.
Yeah. His jacket's all bulged out now.
Are there any visible signs of this ladder being used?
So you check for that, and I'm going to make you make a perception roll. You got to beat 0, and wow, do you? So you're looking around. This ladder looks like it hasn't been used in a long time, but you also pick up that this blood trail moves to the front edge of this platform, towards the open, yawning chasm of elevator shaft. And then you lose sight of it.
Pat just points this out to the rest of the team. Looks like they took him down the elevator.
How would
Dabs
they
a
have
finger
done
in the blood. Is it still fresh?
Yes. You
Yeah,
taste
this
it?
is fresh. No.
Good. Good choice.
That is definitely not a Patches thing.
All right, good. All I'm gonna interrupt everything because that's how I do. So my dad is a retired police officer, right? And he was telling me about like when he was in the academy, he was going through training. They wanted these cadets to go through and identify which of these 3 bowls of white stuff is cocaine. Right? Like a bunch of dudes are like licking their finger, dabbing it in, and like tasting it, trying to figure it out. The reveal was they're all bird shit we scraped off the statues outside. The whole point of this exercise was do not taste it. You don't know what the hell it is. Don't put it in your mouth. Don't put it up your nose. Don't.
But they do it in all the movies.
Exactly. And that's what the whole point was. Is don't. Like you see it in a movie, don't do it in real life. You know, if you shoot the gas tank, it's not really going to explode. But by the way, when we're playing Shadowrun, if you shoot the gas tank, it totally explodes.
Obviously, it's cinematic.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. If you hit the chicken coop, it's going to blow up and shoot feathers everywhere.
Obviously.
All right, let's get back in. We'll go back in. You guys are here. Blood. You didn't taste it because you're a smart dude. And you're medically trained. You know that there's all sorts of gross stuff in blood. Blood is filthy. Pathogens.
Patches is wearing gloves.
Yeah, probably. You probably wear gloves all the time because you know better. But it goes all the way to the front edge of this platform. It leads you to believe that he went over and down.
Oh, so the platform's there. The elevator platform's there, but the blood trail doesn't go onto the platform. It stops at the edge of the shaft.
So you guys approach the platform from the back and all the way to the front of the platform. And then the front of the platform is, you could look over and look down into the shaft as you go down because it moves on an angle diagonally. And you could see that he went onto the platform all the way to the front edge, and it looks like over.
Patches looks at Zone Out and says, does it say anything in his file about, can this dude fly?
I will access what I know about him. Weird shit happens all the time. Maybe some corpo asshole figured out wings.
It sounds like a joke, but man, in the 6th world, if this dude is awakened, he could levitate maybe. You look through and it shows the awakened thing is marked as NA. Also says emerged NA. So this guy is neither a technomancer nor any kind of magician. So outside of being in some sort of flying vehicle, no, this dude does not fly. Or he lied on his documents.
Porque de las dos. Not as far as I can tell, but,
Patches picks up a bit of detritus from the floor and drops it. Is gravity still in effect?
Absolutely. Gravity still totally works. You drop a broken chunk of metal off of one of these guardrails, and you see as it goes down, it goes like bing as it hits the big, gigantic rail in the middle that this elevator rides on. It goes bing, 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 bing.
Well, at least now everybody knows that somebody's here.
Bing.
Other than us.
I'm having images of the Mines of
War
Moria.
drums?
Yeah. Yeah. Is this where we say full of a patch?
It goes for a while. And you can't tell how far it goes because, that's not how physics and science work, but it goes for a while. It goes longer than you thought it would.
And the platform's there. We can stand on it, right?
Yeah, you guys are currently standing on it.
All right. Well,
it's big. This thing is probably about 40 foot squared.
I mean, we can take it down probably, but I can't imagine this thing's terribly quiet.
Well, don't think that matters now.
Fair point. If there isn't other noises, they could always just assume that, something in this decrepit place broke and fell off.
Sure. I mean, it looks like that happens all the time. The thing you threw was a piece of a bar that rusted off of a bar. So, yeah, that's not unreasonable to assume.
So, we could take it down and confirm that there is someone out here and get there quickly, which may be, time is of the essence. Or we climb down and maybe have the element of surprise.
If we do that, we'll have to call the elevator down. If we take the elevator down, it'll already be there if we've got to pull somebody back up. Otherwise, we're dragging them up the ladder.
I can probably call it down when we're down there.
Yeah.
It will just take a while, but we will have gotten the element of surprise at that point.
These are all valid
you don't have
arguments.
to hold the door.
Well, I say we climb down, and if we need the elevator, we summon it later. You guys all right with that?
Yeah.
Let's get going.
Sounds
All right.
good.
Hard Case, you're on point.
Yep, as always.
All right.
I'll go
Patches
after
is
Hard
backing
Case.
you up.
All right.
Okay.
The skinny hacker is very much like, why did I say anything that involved physical labor?
Oh yeah, you're going down. You're going down for a couple of minutes, and like you're like, oh my calf.
You're like cramping up.
Yeah.
This was your idea.
It was my idea, and I regret every second of it.
Hard case, you stow your rifle and you pull out, you got the Ares Predator 5, the hottest pistol made. Everybody loves it. This new update's only been available on the market for the past year and a half, and this thing, let me tell you, integrated gas vents and shock pads, it is the best of the best, the heavy handgun that everyone loves to love, the Ares Predator 5. So you pull that thing out, and you've got that in your hand, and you're able to go down this ladder while wielding this thing, no problemo. It's very, very easy to do.
Excellent. And thank you for that QVC channel update about the Ares Predator 5. I felt like I should have one in my hand right here and just...
$99.95.
If you get the cheap version, that ad plays in your head every time you pull it out.
Why are you using the old Ares Predator 3 when you could be using the sleek new Ares Predator 5?
Yeah.
Ares Predator 3, that thing's trash. It jams. Try the Ares Predator 5. But anyhow, you're going down. And in my games, anytime I'm running Shadowrun, if you've got an Ares weapon and it's got an integrated laser sight, it projects a little thing that says Ares Macro Technologies. So they know who's shooting them. They know it's high quality so that they're scared before they die. Anybody's got a handgun, you're able to have that out while you're going down. But you start climbing down, and this ladder goes and goes, and it's at, I wouldn't say like a 45-degree angle, like these are probably like a 30-degree angle, so it's a little weird. You're kind of like, you could lay down on this ladder and let go with your hands, if that makes sense,
and kind of slide a little.
You could, you could stand on it with your feet and kind of lean into it if you wanted to stop, but okay. Going down is gonna be easier than going up. So you're going down, and you go and you go and you go, and it takes enough time for you to get to the bottom of this that in your mind the entire Snake Eater theme from Metal Gear Solid 3 can play before you get to the bottom of this ladder. And you get down, and as you get onto this landing, you have to go through, there's like a flat part where the elevator platform, like all the mechanical shit on the bottom goes into, so you have to walk across like a flat part and go up a separate ladder to get back up onto the platform. And you get up to the platform, and as you step foot onto this platform, it's got the yellow bumpy stuff that like blind people use to not walk into the street. The lights start to tick on around you, and some of them don't come on like they should. Some of them are burnt out, and it's harsh. And there is a 40-foot wide corridor that goes down, and there are 4 different colored trails painted onto the wall, kind of like at some hospitals where you can follow, like, oh, I need to follow the yellow line to go to where I'm going. And you guys start heading down. And there's little bits of old, some garbage, some old ass, well, there wouldn't be newspapers, but there's newspapers, deal with it. Some old ass newspapers and some garbage, old cans and a little bit of leaves stuff at the bottom of this. Most of it's stuck in that bottom little pit that you just walked through, but there's a little bit here. And as you're going, you make out on the left wall and the right wall, long oval-shaped windows that are all so weathered and covered in gunk you can't see through them anymore. Who feels like looking in one of these windows? Huh? Anybody?
Sure.
Recharge.
Yeah! You do it. You go up and you look at the window and you wipe away, and there's like a bunch of schmutz. We're gonna call it schmutz. And you wipe away some schmutz and you look through. Inside you can see like laboratory in there, Bunsen burners and like chairs that are like flipped over, and it just looks like somebody left here in a hurry at some point in the past. But like it looks old, like no one's been here for a while. Let me get a perception roll from all you guys. I gotta turn on the secret rolls so that you guys don't see the details of my rolls.
Not sure why I rolled twice there, but I did.
That's okay. We'll take the first thing. Okay, I rolled absolute garbage. Wow. 11. All right, yeah, so no problem. You guys see down at the edge of your light beam, just the very edge of your visibility, something moves. Something moves across the hall. Something big, something that looks like it's taller than a man. I would assume probably almost 7 feet tall or whatever that is in meters because it's metric. You just make out there's long, spindly limbs as it moves across, skittering almost, just across. You catch it. Every single one of you sees it. And it's not even one of those things where it's like, did you guys see that? And everybody's like, no, you're crazy. All of you saw it. Somebody goes like, did you? And everybody's like, yeah, I saw it. But it moves.
Heads up, guys.
4 is the highest. That is coming off of Hard Case. You see it in decent enough detail. You know, you're trained. You're military trained. Like I'm guessing at some point in the past you were involved in some wars. You probably either worked for like the UCAS military or maybe some sort of corporate military before whatever happened that got you where you are. So you're used to looking out for ambushes, and you catch it, and you're able to lock in some visual information instantly. This thing had at least 4 arms, and they were long, spindly, and came to some sort of scythe-looking point. Brown, chitinous, tall, fast, moves across into a hall, perpendicular to where you are. Your tracker is beeping for you, telling you which way to go. You follow the stream with your mind, zone out. You're able to see it drifts off and heads in the direction that thing was.
Recharge steps forward and turns around and looks at the party. The key is not to be afraid when dealing with monsters, he says. He pops his neck and he kind of steps back, and you could tell that he's like deeply afraid, but he's like swallowing it. You know, he's like,
if I can convince you I'm not afraid, maybe I won't be.
yeah. He was kind of hoping that he'd get some support in that way.
It may not be monsters, it could be bugs.
He looks over and bugs are monsters.
That's a very valid point.
He's not
Well
wrong.
How many of you guys have been in Chicago for a while? What do you guys think? 1, 2,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Most
we've
of
probably
us.
been here a while.
Yeah.
4, everyone.
I mean, we're pulling double shifts, so
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you could have been here for a couple of months. Who knows? But anyhow, saying bug, bad thing. You shouldn't even be saying it. Like, because when you say it, like people are like, no, shut up. No, if you say it, they're gonna be here. It's like the thing where you're supposed to knock on wood,
Mm-hmm.
but you did it. You said it,
it's not going to help us at this point.
and everybody's like, come on.
Everybody saw what I saw.
Patches is bringing his FNR up to a high ready.
Oh yeah,
Of course, we have to go that way.
you know it's that
that's,
way.
that's where the tracker's leading us.
But we could send the drone first. And
Dude.
my left drone pops off my shoulder.
Have fun, little buddy. Good luck.
Yeah.
It flies out. It's got
Good luck.
a little beam of light that is able to cast around as it flies down, and it heads down the hall, and you get to where that junction is where the thing went. It ran right to left from your perspective, and you turn down that left hall, and there's no trace of it, but you do pick up on the wall this glob of just sludge. It looks like somebody took like a handful of hair gel and just like on the wall.
Some like sanitizer spray shoots out of a little valve in the bottom.
It puffs Lysol.
Yeah.
And it hits, and you know what happens is that sludge sizzles like pouring fucking hydrogen peroxide into an open wound. It sizzles up and then fizzles, and some of it starts to drip away from the wall. Gross.
The drone being operated by me kind of like lurches back, and then
The drone goes, ugh.
yeah, flies away.
All right, returns to you, and as it starts to get like 2/3 of the way back to you, it's like boop boop, battery low. It gets back and it lands.
It clicks back into my shoulder harness, and I'm like, damn it.
It says munitions depleted.
Oh, munitions depleted.
Yeah, it's out of juice. It can't squirt any more Lysol. I'm sorry.
Oh, and he kind of like picks it off of there, and he looks it up, and the tank's on E.
It's half full. What the fuck? It's half full.
Yeah, it's half full.
It's
It's
so what, you can print out a page that says toner low? Come on. So anyhow, it talks back up.
We still have these kinds of problems at 50-ish years.
Oh yeah, of
Mhm.
course. Come on. Have you ever dealt with a printer? Those things are awful.
Yes.
You know,
I
don't
try
like
not to.
talk-
I'm a millennial.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to speak ill of anybody, but like I will talk shit about a printer for fucking ever. Ugh. It was the worst thing. I used to work for a computer repair thing. You can guess which one. People would come in, they'd be like, "My printer doesn't work," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm not gonna be able to
No
fix it. I
one
don't wanna deal with
knows.
the printer." No one knows. Have you tried sacrificing a chicken? Because that's probably gonna do it. But anyhow, it docks and it starts to recharge, and then it very promptly tells you it's fully charged.
He You can just see a furrowed scowl across Recharge's face. I'm gonna have to replace those.
You've been saying that for the last like 4 operations.
If you had a new man for every time you've heard that, you would be able to retire early.
Yeah, it's still not done. Complaining about it for months. He's gonna go ahead and tap his cyber eyes, brighten it up a little bit.
You go to a wide beam.
Yeah, go to the wide beam. And, well, I guess one of us has to go in first, right?
Get behind me.
Sparkles puts her finger on her nose.
As does Zone Out.
I just start trudging forward.
You start moving. The wide beam from Recharge's cyber eyes from behind Hardcase casts hard shadows on the wall as you move, and the grating in the floor at this point, this is no longer solid concrete floor down here, there's metal grating. As you look down, you're able to see through it. There's all sorts of cables and conduits and piping running through it. There's little trickles of blood here and there, so you know you're on the right trail, but your shadow being cast just kind of moves along in an unnatural way. It's unsettling. But you go, and you get to this junction. You check the corners, you do your due diligence. You look for corners and doorways is where they get you, and you know that. You've been there. You've been through the exercises, and you look, you check high, you check low, you check left, right, left again, and everything looks clear. The colors on the wall turn. You've got yellow, blue, and green headed left. You got red going right. And the blood trail and your tracker are telling you need to go left.
So we do.
You press on. You're all jumpy. You're feeling like, hey, maybe these are bugs. I thought we were done with this. We'll never be done with this. You can't get rid of bugs. Once you got bugs, you always have bugs. You think you get rid of them all, but they come back. They lay eggs. They hatch. You know what? You can't get rid of them. So I'm going to have everyone make a perception roll, and we're going to go into fun time combat, because it's happening. You guys are getting ambushed. Who loves an ambush more than everyone in the world?
Oh, no.
Ambush, just what I wanted.
Hey, no offense. I don't like how many times you're rolling those dice.
Yeah, same.
Oh, you're able to see them? I thought they were hidden. Oh, no.
we don't know what you rolled, but we know that you rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times.
Don't worry about that.
That's a lot. That's a lot of times.
Don't worry about that. Yeah, it's okay. You guys are heading down this... Oh, Rick, did you leave? Oh, no. There you are. It's like, I'm leaving. That's it. I'm done. That's too many dice. I'm leaving.
Too many buggies.
Oh, you said it. Don't say it.
I said it. Zona didn't.
Or both didn't. So, you guys head into this corridor, and you're moving, and there's all these doors and windows on the walls, left and right. Overhead, the lights are no longer working where you're at. They kind of flicker on for a moment, and then there's like a little weird snapping sound, and then all of the lights go out. The only light you've got is your own. Dwarves, elves, trolls, you've got things like low light or thermographic vision. You stupid humans with your plain-ass genetics, you can't see in the dark. But anyhow, you got flashlights and stuff. And the beams play across the walls, crates, doorways. You see something move in one of the windows. You can't make it out because it's got the schmutz, but you see something move on the other side. Some sort of light in one of these windows, and it's projecting bizarre shadows. You see it looks like, I would guess, like a dozen pairs of knives trying to walk... Not knives, scissors. There you go. Pairs of scissors walking. And it casts shadows, and it moves across this window, projecting out onto the wall opposite it, and you see stuff emerge ahead of you. Large brown forms, maybe like 7-ish feet tall, dangling, gangly limbs ending in scythy blades. And that's the wrong button. How do I bring these guys to the front? Can you see these dudes over here? See this guy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, good. Okay. Hey, bonus point to edge to anybody that can identify what that actual image is from.
I don't know, but I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, great. Okay. Cool. I love bad movies. So anyhow, there they are. Those of you listening along at home, it's From the Fly 2, the sequel, which I love. It's trash. I love it. I especially love when the fly makes the dude type out a message on the computer. So good. Anyhow, these creatures are big, about 7 feet tall, scythed limbs, 4 scythed limbs, and then legs, brown chitinous shell, and they are coming for you. They start skittering, and like some of them are climbing along the wall, and they like hang from the ceiling, and they bound and leap, and they move forward. And I'm out of plot points. I would give you guys plot points to make these things go first, but I don't have any. So you guys are up. You see them coming.
God.
One by one, they're popping into your field of vision through the light, just at the edge of your light beams, and you see one of them come out, and it's like, and as it moves forward, side is flailing.
Sick bug noises, by the way.
Thanks. I've been
Great
practicing. I've been practicing.
Foley.
Driving to and from work, I've been practicing bug noises like a fucking weirdo.
All of the
But the
sound
guy-
editors immediately went, yeah, no, that was great.
The guy in the back seat that's gonna slit my throat, that's laying down back there. I'm like, is he back there? I don't
Never
want to be
mind.
embarrassed.
This guy's nuts though. I don't wanna play with that.
Yeah. All right, this guy's a lunatic. I chose the wrong car. Maybe not the Honda Fit next time. All right, so what do we got?
Well, hard case is gonna see how bullets do.
Yeah, man. Those are great, generally.
When in doubt, bullets.
I'm gonna put that on your tombstone.
Probably. All right, first shot.
Wowie!
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say wowie. I'm embarrassed I said it, but yeah, seven success. So yeah, man, that's a lot. So here's the deal. You know what? Who knows this is Sparkles. Sparkles, you went to MIT&T. You know a thing or two about magic stuff, and you know about spirits. You're capable, if you need to, of interacting with them, and you know some of the ins and outs of the formulae for dealing with them. It's basically approached as some sort of manifestation of ambient mana and not some sort of actually conscious or aware thing because of the training that you went through.
Mhm.
But you do know that magic doesn't work on technological things very well. Anything that's like highly processed is naturally like an anathema towards magic. So like trying to use a magic spell on a computer, it just doesn't really work very well. And bullets are highly processed, so it generally doesn't work very well on spirits. However, he lights this thing the fuck up. We got 17 physical damage, and it hits this thing and shreds through its carapace, and it's just blasting out this disgusting, super thick white gunk. It's like white with like a tint of green to it, and it's like thick, and it splatters out like thicker than human pus. Like it is viscous, but not sticky. It's almost like gritty, grainy almost. Have any of you guys ever? Never mind. All right, so it pops out of there, and this thing roars, and the roar that comes out of this thing is not what you would expect. It's almost melodic, almost musical, but you can feel in it rage and pain. It's almost beautiful in a way. It's a weird moment, but you light this thing the fuck up, and it is hurt. Who's next?
Hang on. I'm going to use my wired reflexes and throw another shot at it, because if it bleeds, we could kill it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Your synapses fire faster than you can process what's going on. Everything seems to drop into slow motion. The frame rate's something like 400 frames per second to you, and you see these bullets traveling, and as they're moving, you can judge where you would need to go to weave around them, and this thing flails back from the first burst of fire, and you know exactly where it's going. You line up your shot, and you take it, and you got
What?
Let's
0.
let's edge that. Let's edge
Edge it.
So,
Hey, there we go.
Much better. Holy crap!
Oh.
You're rolling. You got a bucket of dice.
There
got
we go.
nothing. So this one on 7. This guy has already taken a shot on, and he is not in a great shape after taking that damage, and he gets a whopping nothing. Another 18 points of damage. You obliterate this thing. Another burst of fire hits this thing, and it detonates, spraying this white gunk crap all over its you assume they're friends. They might not be, but all over the other ones, the other creatures. And these things come bounding forward into your light. You shred the one, you're like, I got it. And you feel good about yourself, and then you see another one, and then another one, and another one. Who's next?
Patches will go next.
Hell yeah.
He's already got his FN up, and
Oh yeah.
his military training's coming into play, and He just yells, incoming.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
Everybody already knows this, so.
Oh yeah, but
And,
still, it's helpful. It's still helpful. You don't know that everybody knows, but communication's always great. That's the one thing that's missing from a lot of organizations that causes them to fail is good communication. Better safe than sorry. And that is a pile of dice. So 4 successes. I'm going to roll against it. Here we go. This thing's bounding towards you, and it got 1 success, 13 points of damage. This thing, with its natural ability, it's called immunity to normal weapons. It's the mechanical name for it. This thing automatically ignores some of the damage you deal. In more complicated versions of Shadowrun, like 4th, 5th, 6th edition, this is much more complicated. And I'm super happy that it just is a solid number and I don't have to think about it. So you shred through its carapace, its exoskeleton just like shattering through, bits of brown, hard crap flaking off and flying away. You deal a bunch of damage and it sprays more of this white gunk. Oh man, it's gross. It's like way thicker than milk. It's almost like kinetic sand in texture. But you don't know because you're not playing with it. But like if you played with it might be fun. Like kinetic sand. I love kinetic sand, by the way. Anyhow, who's next?
Recharge. He's a super tall dude, so he kind of just puts his pistol right over the top of everyone else.
Oh yeah, I love it.
What's above where these monsters are coming out of?
So here's the deal. The way this game works, I could tell you, or if you give me a plot point, you could tell me.
All right, I'm going to give you a plot point.
Fuck yeah. So deduct one of those off your character sheet and tell me what's up there.
What's above it is, it looks like a storm drain.
Okay.
Some kind of like a metal door holding back a ton of water. And I see it, and he looks up at it and shoots right where you would yank on it to open it, and it opens up and washes out some of these bugs.
So it's like a big old whatever, like water pipe for whatever reason is overhead, and there's like the big old release valve. It's red, and it's like the kind that you have to spin. And like if you guys have ever seen like the Poseidon Adventures, yeah, you guys know he's hanging from and he's like trying to turn it. It's like that, and you shoot it, and it fucking ping and hits right in the pin in the middle of it, and the handle comes off, and it just starts downpouring water. All of these bugs are going to be at a I revealed that they're bugs. Damn it. I was trying to avoid that. They're bugs.
We got him, everybody. We got him.
We win.
Ladies and gentlemen, got him.
Anyhow, all of these bugs are going to be at a penalty to everything. -2 dice to everything for the next turn.
Heck yeah.
You still got your drones, though, if you want to release them.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and release my drones. And is there a wounded one, or are they all...
yeah, there is. This front one. For whatever reason, it's not putting silly adjectives on them.
Ah, okay. Let's see here.
I want there to be like a happy one.
So the 2 drones that I have dislodge from my shoulders and kind of like crisscross and then shoot from each angle.
You got him caught up in the crossfire.
He's, caught up in the crossfire.
You'll get caught up in.
You know what's sad is I had that game, but I was an only child and I didn't really have that many friends. So I never got to play it with anyone. I just had to shoot it on both sides.
On both sides. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
I've done that. I didn't have the game. So my name is Adam, and at the end of the block when I grew up was the Adams family. Their last name was Adam, which was weird to me. I guess it's not weird, but they had it, and like they had it for a while, and there was only like maybe like 7 of the ball bearings left, and I was just like, yeah, this is awesome. And I'm like, Dad, I want this. And he's like, no. And I was like, all right. That's my story. So you shoot at this thing. 2 successes. It's going to try to resist, and I told you guys already that it's got a -2 penalty because of this this torrential downpour from above. It gets nothing. These things are not super evasive, but you light it up with one of your gun drones, and it shreds. Just to pieces, like these limbs, these like scything limbs that look horrifying. And there's like a sludge, like a it looks like maybe Vaseline almost, like dripping off of these scythy limbs. Rips to pieces. The limb falls off, and like one of them lodges in the grate. The other one just explodes off to the side, spraying more of this white crap everywhere. The closest person to the front, I'm gonna say, is Hard Case. Hard Case, you get some of this stuff splattered across you, and like a glob of it. It's like a loogie, like a big gross loogie hits you.
Ugh.
Who's next? Oh, you got another drone.
Yeah,
you
I got one more
one
drone.
of the other ones. Yeah, go for it.
the next drone kind of, you hear it like buzz for a second, and then a little like tiny green laser shoots out.
Oh, it's got like a targeting laser? Fuck yeah. Oh, you didn't target. You got target.
Oh, God damn it. Our other words.
I think we're deep enough in now.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We're
You're
past
right.
that little buffer.
I can't backpedal. I can't backpedal now.
Shit, fuck.
Yeah. Right. Fair enough.
All right, hit it.
Hit it real good.
Only one. Okay. This one's got a chance. Here we go. But we're at a -2 for the other modifiers from the torrential downpour. It, still can't handle it. These things are not very evasive, like I said. And again, you rip through its natural armor, its carapace, and deal a bunch of damage. This thing still looks okay, but it gets peppered with that machine pistol that's attached to it. Next in line, we've got things Zone Out and Sparkle still need to act.
Yeah. I can. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but Sparkles went to MIT and T. She knows something about spirits. Something else that all of you probably know in character, but might not know out of character. I literally can't deal physical damage. I don't have a way to do it. I can only deal stun damage, which is great. From what I know about magic, is there something that I can do to make these things more vulnerable to help out my buds?
Probably. Let me take a look at what we got on your abilities.
Because I got my
so.
stun bolt. I can always just stun bolt this guy. Although that hasn't been going great for me so far.
That's true. You know, you've had some rough times with it.
Yeah.
You could. I mean, you could do some healing. That's always cool. But that's not exciting. That's not exciting.
Well, I mean,
so
I think I might be the only person who's taken damage. Is anybody else damaged at all?
No.
I
No.
don't think so.
Really?
No.
Okay. Well,
No,
never
my
mind
my
that.
my armor soaked it also.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think everybody's like out of armor already. But
Yes.
if you give me a plot point, I will let you cheat the system and use raw magic power to do something, whatever you decide it is.
You know what? I would love to do that.
I'll take it. Give me one of your plot points, and you tell me what's going on.
Okay. So what she's going to do is she's going to summon up some magical power, and she is going to phase one of these spirits partially out, like basically dampen it,
Okay.
like really hard, so that the next hit is gonna it's gonna be killer.
Love it. All right. So give me a spellcasting test, and the amount of hits you have are going to be bonus dice to the next attack against this thing.
Solid. All right.
That's a pile of dice.
That's much better.
5.
So
5. So whoever makes the next attack is going to get 5 extra dice against whichever one of these things they deal with.
okay.
And that is through you start manipulating the mana that this thing is constructed from, essentially. But it's got kind of a meat body, but there's a lot of magic involved in being what this thing is. And you dampen that, you start stripping that away, and it's like the equivalent of adding an acid to a base and kind of neutralizing part of its power, so it's weak and stunned.
And the cool thing is that this time, unlike all of these other times, you can actually see that something is happening. They're like, wow, this bug is getting fucked up. That's crazy.
So some sparkly crap happens. It like throwing like an 8-ball of glitter in this thing's face.
Yeah.
Pow!
This is why we call her Sparkles.
Yep.
There we go.
I think I'm the last one.
Okay.
So again, I don't know Shadowrun rules like at all. So I hear that these things are basically like pure magic or spirit, and I think of how electronics and magic get on in the Dresden Files, which is to say very badly.
Yeah.
So can I use my Pulse Storm to basically like try and disrupt what's holding them to this plane of existence?
Ooh, normally no, but
Okay.
If you want to interact with some sort of thing in the environment, I'll let you. If you give me a plot point, you can interact with something in the environment that will do something like that.
Kind of what I was thinking was like trying to pull down an electrical wire into the water that's gushing down to try to electrocute them.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. That's great. So
Cool.
yeah, you can overcharge something and cause it to pop a wire loose and drop into the torrential downpour. I love it. So I'll take that plot point, and then you make a. We'll go with a not horror trids. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. A hacking test, and that will basically deal damage like your resonance spike straight up to these guys. All right, we got 3. So I'm gonna make a defense roll, and then this guy's also super disabled from the existing penalties. So one of them is, let's make this roll, cooked. The wire's gonna take down 2 of these guys as they're still getting drenched with this water. The wire snaps from the ceiling, and like it starts shooting electricity into the water, and you see these things start seizing up, and then smoke comes off of them, and one of them pops.
Sweet.
The other one just drops dead.
Neat.
That one's not so exciting.
I'll take it.
Yeah, the 2 that are still remaining are going to start lurching forward, getting out of the water and moving towards you guys. And the person probably in the front it's probably Hard Case, I would assume. So they're coming for you.
Bring it on.
First one attacks with its dreadful claw. If I click the actual button. All right, make your defense roll.
Fingers crossed. Hey.
Fully defended. So this thing comes in at you, and it starts slashing at you, and you're able to like parry and get around, and one of them comes at you and almost hits you in the face, but you bring up your rifle, parry it away. The other one comes in at you too. They're both ganging up on you. This one comes in, and it's trying to bite into you with its mandibles, and I rolled like trash. So... Oh, he gets you! The mandible deals more damage than the claw does, so it's 12 damage. Holy crap, that's bite.
I think that fills my whole physical track.
Oh my god. So this
Can
thing
Cassius
jumps
spend
into you.
a plot point at this point?
Yeah, so if you look in the rules, it says character death. So this game, it can be fairly forgiving because it's supposed to be fun and enjoyable and story-based. You've got some options where you can basically dump all of your plot points except for one and have a thing happen. So I will give you the opportunity to have I'll never be the same. So you give up all your plot points but one. You keep one.
Oh, no.
And your physical and stun condition monitors are reduced by 1 permanently. So this thing takes a bite out of you, and it rips through your left bicep. Just fucking shears it away. So your arm, your left arm, is worthless at this point. It's just a wreck of bone, sinew, and shredded flesh and torn fabric. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to use any kind of two-handed stuff anymore, so your big gun's not going to do it. Your left arm is hanging by a thread, and that thread is made out of bone, so it's a little bit more than a thread, but still, bad shape.
Oh, ow, fuck.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're fucked. Next, we go back to you guys. It looks like you only got 2 of them left, and they are ganging up on Hard Case, and they're chewing through, and Hard Case is just yelling and trying to fight off these things that are piling on. It's a storm of scything blades and chomping mandibles.
If you guys are cool with it, I can go and heal Hard Case. Just kind of start pop up behind.
Little cure wounds there.
Yeah.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Since you can't fireball them, please heal Hard Case.
I'm good at one thing and one thing only. All right. Is this still just?
So this is a sorcery roll. If you're using your heal, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
It says that the target regains 1 box of physical damage per hit, per narration that the spell is sustained. You can sustain a spell, but you take a penalty on all of your other tests, but you've got a sustaining focus talisman, which means that you can sustain 1 for free.
Yeah. So.
Or you can sustain 2 for free, pardon me.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that then.
Okay.
All right.
So make that test, and let's see how many points you get back.
I think I have 1 edge left, if I'm not mistaken, or I should. Because I only used 1 this whole time.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I trust you. Yeah, go ahead and do it.
And
now you got nothing after you did.
Yeah, right.
5.
That's
much better.
Much better. Yeah.
So go ahead and remove 5 of those. So you just you got to count and then click. Yeah, you got it. You know what you're doing. So you get those points of damage back as some of this meat on your arm starts to grow back, but unfortunately, not all of it. Who's next?
Recharge will go next.
Okay.
He will see the bugs have now swarmed Hard Case, and casually he walks up and assesses the scene and reaches out and tries to get one of the bugs in like a jujitsu armbar.
Oh, wow. I love it, dude. Do it. Roll it. Hit me.
All right. He gave it an analytical look and was like, I could probably do it.
You're gonna crack it like a crab leg.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Alaskan King.
Let's get this guy.
All right.
I hate that guy. I don't know why. I just suddenly dislike
one on the
him.
left? Fuck that one.
Yeah. All right. Oh, oops.
All right. So we're gonna say 5 because you got 5 on
Okay.
the initial roll, and he's gonna try to resist, and he takes 7 points of stun damage as you put him into an armbar. This gets soaked up by his armor. This thing is still going, but you grab onto it and you start twisting the arm around, and everybody's looking at you like, dude, what the hell are you doing? But you're doing it. You still have your drones too. Do you want to light up the other guy with your drones?
Yeah, let's have the other guy
Hell
get
yeah.
shot with drones. Then it appears like he's doing a no-look shot, but he can see through the drones, so it's not that impressive.
He's got 1. He's gonna roll against. Let's see how it goes. Oh, he takes 11 points of physical damage. That is enough to clean up most of this guy's health track. He's still up though. You got the other drone. Go ahead and take another shot. See if you can put him away.
The other drone.
Here we go. Oh, yep, that's it. That guy's toast.
Sweet.
He dies. You can't
Okay.
roll positive on there. I don't know why the glitch die even popped up. That doesn't make sense.
Got shot in
He
the
dies.
chest and shot in the head.
Hard Case. Not only are you have been mauled, but now there's just this gratuitous amount of this white sludge. It's in the wound. It's in your face, and like you're screaming, and as you scream, a little goes in your mouth. It's really gross. But here's the deal: as grossed out as you are, it's very sweet. It's mostly made out of sugar. It's really weird. There's 1 left.
It doesn't make it better.
No, it's great.
Telling me how
here's-
sweet it is doesn't make it better.
The worst part is that, like, for a moment you're like, that doesn't taste bad, and then you're disgusted with yourself for thinking that.
Yes.
It triggers a weird flashback where you remember being a kid and eating like a piece of caramel or caramel, depending on who you ask, and you're like, no, now that memory's ruined by bug goo. All right, 1 left. Who else? Who else is up?
We've fought bugs before, have we?
Absolutely. None of them have been like this.
We're somewhat familiar with the whole mechanical stuff isn't as effective as magical stuff.
Correct, yes. But I mean, it gets the job done. You know, enough bullets will do it. They're not going to go down as quick as shooting, say, I don't know, a dude. You know that higher caliber, stuff that's going to punch through armor better is going to do the job.
I also know that if I draw my combat knife, it's potentially more effective.
That might do the trick.
All right, so I've got to get myself between the last remaining bug and Hard Case.
It's on him. It's like wrapped around. It's got like its scythe-like claws around its back,
All right,
just trying to chomp and chew.
I got him by the arm.
so Patches is actually, he's not drawing a combat knife, he's drawing a tomahawk.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, dude. I love it. All right.
And we're going for one of these limbs that's got Hard Case, and we're going to try and chop this thing off.
Dude, fuck yeah. Get it.
And using edge preemptively just for the fun of it.
All right. You got 3 on it.
Not great.
Not great, but not horrible.
Tripping a little bit in the sludge. I'm slipping around.
It's got nada. What's the damage code on your thing? Because it didn't come through correctly.
3P.
3 physical. So this thing's got. Once you take that on, you got 3 hits. So that's negated 1 of those. There we go. This thing's still up, but you absolutely you cleave through 2 of these limbs and you hack them off, and they fall off of the back of this thing. This thing again lets loose this roar, but it's like what's the word I'm looking for? Not a lonesome noise, but it's kind of crestfallen. It sounds like. It sounds tragic, melodious. It's like a song. but it's like angry at the same time. I can't do it. I don't know. I'm not a bug, but it happens.
Are you
And
sure?
it's just
Yeah, I mean, I was transported.
Whoa.
That was crazy.
in it. But no, this thing, the limbs fall off and the gunk just is seeping out like maple syrup out of a. It's gross. Who's next? Is that all of you guys?
Did Zone Out go?
No, I haven't gone. And I don't want to try risking electrocuting Hard Case by pulling that trick again.
I mean,
Please-
that's
please
how
don't.
electricity works. It would be bad. Yeah.
Well,
That seems like...
do you want me to take my turn
Please.
beforehand to see if I can just end this?
Yeah, if you can end it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to try
I mean,
shooting, and no one likes it when the hacker shoots.
It's like wrestling with me right now, right? Sort of, and I've got
but
the other
here's
two
the
of
deal.
them.
It's two limbs. Its limbs on the right side just got severed, so it doesn't have a good grip on you. You can twirl away, pirouette away from it.
No, we're not getting away from it. No,
Oh,
we're gonna
getting into it.
with the only use of one arm. Hard Case is going to pull out the long blade that he's got usually tucked into his boot, and just jam it as hard as he can into the lower under jaw, like up through it, trying to staple its mouth closed.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh man, I love it. All right,
That's what we're going for.
hell yeah, hit me. Your dice are piled on top of the character sheet. There it goes. Oh, nothing. Okay, here's how this is going down. This thing is latched on and it's eating your bicep as you're doing this, and you've just received magical healing. Your bicep is starting to re-knit itself and regrow, and it's eating it away as it's happening. I don't know if you guys can't see, but I'm doing an eating thing on my arm, and it's eating away, and you just latch. I can't talk anymore, but you drive your long blade up through this thing's jaw, and it pierces through your own bicep and just fucking goes through, and it shoots through the jaw out of the mouth. And then as it tries to take another chomp, like you just jackknife it back, and it cuts through the face of this thing, bisecting its face, and it splits open, and like you can see this thing's brain inside, and it just collapses down, and it's like chitter, twitch, stops moving. The
Recharge
electricity.
stomps its head.
Oh yeah, dude, it's goo on your boot, thick green tinted white goo, and like it stretches. It does that like pizza cheese stretch thing between your foot and the ground, and that the electrical wire that's like been like flicking around kind of slowly stops moving. The water gives up after a while, and then it's silent, no noise, dead quiet.
Patches
The
is
only thing, yeah.
coming up to. Sorry, Patches is going for Hard Case with the intent of doing first aid on him, and he's muttering, "We're all going home. All of us. We're all going home."
You want to look at this for me?
I got a boo boo.
He pulls out the med kit.
I'm also still sustaining, so
Yeah.
go ahead and do your healing, and then I'll do my healing.
Recharge shoves Hard Case. Show off.
This no, that's not the right dice. Ignore that first thing. You're going against the second thing.
We can't
Well,
see
you
it.
had three, so you got two. You can't see it. Oh, it's set to self.
Yeah.
My mistake. Oh my god, I've been hiding everything from you guys. So your target number is 3. You got 2. So go ahead and get 2 boxes back. And there we go. This beer's delicious. All right, so let's see.
What are you drinking?
What you
No,
drinking?
Do a
I
little
have-
product placement.
So
Product
I do this.
placement.
I do this. Maybe you're familiar with my show. This episode is not brought to you by Liquid Love Brewing. I am drinking Grandma Hugs, which is a beer packed with fresh fruit puree, which means that it's delicious. It is a sour ale with lemon, graham cracker, milk sugar, and vanilla. It is super delicious.
That
What
sounds
the-
really good. I tend to like sours,
it's
so that
so
sounds really tasty.
good.
I'm not a beer drinker, but I like sours.
Yeah, it's the lactose in there gives it kind of a little bit of like a creamy texture. It's like halfway to being like a stout almost in texture.
Ooh.
It is super delicious. It's sour, it's sweet. These guys, they're based out of beautiful Buffalo Grove, Illinois. There are no buffaloes there. Don't go looking for them. I've been messaging these guys and trying to get them to become an actual sponsor for my show. All you guys got to do is say yes. And that's it. You don't even have to do anything. You don't have to give me any kind of money. Maybe, like, you know what? You guys give me a couple of stickers. Handful of stickers. I'll put them on stuff, and I'll tell people about your beer, because it's delicious. I will do it for free. Just say, sure. That's it.
God, mood.
I am contemplating at some point when character changeover happens, being like, "Hi, Celsius. My character is likely to drink a lot of your shit."
Spoilers. Is that happening?
I'm not telling you
No.
shit.
No.
Delta Green.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm amazed that anybody survived through a couple of jobs, let alone like 4 or 5. Anyhow, all right, let's get back to it here. You guys just wiped out this last one, right? You guys killed it before I ran away? I had to run away. I was like, I'm gonna pee. All right. I drink about a gallon of water a day, just in case you guys are curious about my water intake. It's a lot.
Good for you.
I have a half a gallon thing that I drink at work. I make sure I fill it up at least twice a day. And then I pee a lot. So here we go. Now that you guys know that about me. Oh, dude, it's always clear. It's always clear. And it's clear and it smells like coffee. So I don't know what that says about my health. But let's go. So
Interesting things, I'm sure.
So here we go. We got, you guys had killed the last one of these things. So you guys are in the clear currently. The hallway ahead of you, still dark, only lit by the flashlights that you all have. But you're able to follow either the stream of information or the little hot cold thing that's going on the tracker, and you head further in. It's dark, it's ominous. You guys think you hear something, you whip around and there's nothing there. You got injuries, most of your armor is in tatters. You guys have left some gear behind. We're not going to specify what it is because it doesn't matter, but you left some stuff behind. You can't really carry it anymore. You know, hard case is in bad shape. Your arms, it's not like a stump, but like there's straight up like exposed bone, and like from the elbow down is worthless. And like that's all bandaged up at this point. You got magical healing that's stopping you from bleeding out, so that's great. You start heading further into this corridor, and you get to just about where this thing is. It's beep, 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 beep. You're right on top of this guy. There's a chamber. Again, door ajar. Heavy door. It's got a bunch of that brown sludge on it. Unfortunately, your drone won't let you spray any more Lysol. But you guys push it open. It creaks. It swings inward. It's open. You go inside and you see a whole bunch of servers stacked up. There's no power going on in here. Somebody fucked with the electricity in this area. But there's a stack of servers and there's this thing in the corner. Just a disgusting heap. It looks like a giant Salisbury steak. It's just like a sludgy brown heap in the corner. 7 feet tall. No, everything else was already 7 feet. 7.5 feet tall. Sludgy. It's not the same thing. I want to make sure that detail is there so you don't think it's the same thing that you guys were dealing with earlier. But sludgy, covered in brown slime and goop. It almost looks like a pile of tires, but it's pulsating. There's a rhythm to it. It moves with peristaltic motion, if you know what that means. If you don't know what it means, look it up after we're done. Gross. Your tracker, beep, 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 points you right at this thing. You see the data stream pumping out from the tracker straight into this pile of tires covered in Salisbury steak sauce. It's got to be in there.
I think we're one less client.
Guys,
who's fishing him out? Who's fishing him out?
Well, I do want to like reach out into the data stream and be like,
yeah,
are the vitals still there? Are the vitals still that of a normal human person who's unconscious. But stable?
Stable. Heart rate slow.
Okay.
Not like deadly slow. I don't know heart rates. I'm not a doctor, but it's lower than someone at rest.
So probably
not by
in
a
like
ton.
the 50 to 60 range then.
I will trust you.
Have we seen this before?
Low heart rates? Sure, yeah. You've seen people like in comas and shit with low heart rates. You
have
haven't
we
seen a tire pile covered in sauce. No, that's fucking bizarre. You've never seen that.
All right. Can I roll logic to sort of make any kind of inference on what's going on?
Yeah, so every character has one for free knowledge. So it looks like you've got DocWagon procedure as a free knowledge. You can, as you level up your characters in this, if you're playing a longer series, you can buy additional knowledge skills. And instead of being like a lot of other versions of Shadowrun where you have to roll for your knowledge, if you have the knowledge skill, you do know it. But no, yeah, you would roll. Just give me logic, straight up. We're gonna go against.
Or should I go biotech?
Ooh, yeah, biotech sounds better to me. What are you trying to figure out with this?
I'm trying to figure out would I know, or I'm trying to figure out, do I think my client's inside that thing?
Okay.
Like if I try to start cutting this thing open, am I going to find my client? Do I need to be careful about cutting it open?
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Roll that biotech. Let's go. 6 hits. Holy crap.
Nice.
I got 2. So you
Nice.
based off of the information you're getting from the tracker, you've followed enough of these trackers to know that this is telling you this is where he's at. And you have the idea that you could probably carve into this thing. You do want to be careful. You don't want to go too deep. It's like trying to cut open a box that you know has like books inside of it.
Mhm.
You have to be gentle. But you
Frag it.
feel comfortable. You've done this
Pulling
before.
out the tomahawk, frag it, look around at the team. I'm going in. We got to get him out of there one way or the other. We're not getting paid.
There you go.
It's what Pops would have wanted.
You roll up the sleeves. You rub the lucky rabbit's foot. I think it's in somebody else's pocket, but you do it. And
Recharge
you
has
cut
got it.
in. Yeah,
Reaches
There
over
you
and
go.
rubs it in
Pocket,
Recharge's pocket.
just a little
Come on.
gentle rub.
Those sticky fingers.
You pull it out and you give it a kiss. Blood and all. And you start carving in with the tomahawk. It's like cutting into like a turkey, right? So there's like meat and then like cartilage and like bone and shit. And you like start carving through. And as you get down a little ways, you're able to reach in and like kind of snap it open. And it's like breaking into like a chalupa. Inside, you're able to, after doing a little bit of work, yeah, I saw you drinking, so I was trying to kill you. But you crack into this thing. And you see inside, you see this dude's face, and he's covered in like grease. He looks like sticky. And you recognize him from his picture. He's definitely about 20 years older than he was in that picture. But it's him. You know it's him. And the
All right.
biomonitor thing, the feed all makes sense. And it stays stable as you start carving into this thing, which is something you know to check for. So you're not putting him in any kind of danger as you're carving through this thing. It seems like he's inside of it, not part of it. Not yet.
Give me a hand here, guys. Let's get him out of this thing, whatever this thing is.
Wait, the last time we tried to yank someone out of something, their legs came off.
Which is
Ooh,
why
yeah.
we're all going to do it and unpeel it from around him like a banana.
Can I do a spell first?
Absolutely you can.
I would love to do diagnose. I want to see if this
Ooh.
guy is connected to this in any way whatsoever, and if moving him is going to be okay.
Yes, absolutely. Hit me with a sorcery test.
I can do spell casting.
Yeah, you got your +6 to
Okay.
your willpower,
All right.
which is a fat pile of dice.
Yeah. All right. What do we got here?
It's a 2-fisted roll right there.
Ooh.
Boom! And there's no
Nice.
drain. Well, I guess there would be drain. So anyhow,
Yeah, I'm
6
not worried about it.
successes.
Mhm.
Not to brag, I'm not worried about the drain. So, yeah, absolutely. So you're able to get a full sense of this guy through your magical connection with him. So you're able to astrally perceive. So you see his aura, and it's dim. It's dim. It looks like this guy's not doing too hot, and you're able to see the aura of this cocoon that surrounds him. It has these gross, like, green, wriggly lines in its aura, and you can see that those green, wiggly lines are wiggling in towards his aura. So you know that it's connected to him in a way, but as they're chipping away at this thing, you see that he stays stable where he's at. So you feel confident that you could take him out of this thing and slow or maybe stop whatever the fuck is going on
Okay.
without hurting him. As long as you don't hit him with the tomahawk, that would be bad.
But like his, his spine is stable. Like he can be moved safely.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, you also see, you can tell based off of this, there's some head trauma, and you can see like where he got like clobbered. He's got some superficial like wounds, like scratches, scrapes, defensive wounds, breaks in his couple of his metatarsals. I don't know which one, but bones in his hand.
Yeah, metacarpals.
Thank you, metacarpal. There we go. We got a scientist. Metacarpal is like broken, like it looks like his hand is like mangled. On his other hand, his right hand, carpal tunnel. I don't know. That's probably been there for a while.
No.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Ooh,
Yeah,
painful. Painful.
Completely stone faced, and then she gets to the carpal tunnel and she goes, ooh.
Ooh.
All right. She conveys this. She's like, okay, as long as we go slow, there's something eating away at his aura, but we should be able to disconnect him. It doesn't look like he has any trauma to his spine, so he should be okay to move. Although he's got a nasty bump on his head.
Aura Shmora. Let's get him out of here.
What do I know? What do I know?
Yeah, well, I just spent
It was
6
just
years
MIT and T. Okay?
As long as we
I
can,
went to med school, okay?
as long as we can get him out of here, we can get him to the long-term professionals.
I mean, never mind me. It's not like I'm a doctor or anything. Come on now.
I don't know.
Field medic
well-
versus an MIT and T graduate. Round
While
7.
they're arguing. Some of you guys get to actual work, and you crack this thing open like a lobster, and you pull him out
Like a bone saw.
Oh yeah, dude. Yes. It's got that weird rotary. It's like a overpriced Dremel, and you carve this thing open, and you get him free. And like as you pull him out, there's like sticky gunk all over this dude, and it's like opaque pinkish, and like it slops to him, and you pull it off, and there's a couple of weird little tendrils that are attaching to his skin in some places that are exposed, and you rip it away, and you get him onto somebody brought like a collapsible stretcher. I don't care who, but you get him onto this thing, and as you break him away from it, the last of those little tendrils severs. He kind of goes and he opens his eyes, and he's like, about time. Platinum plus. What am I paying for?
You're looking at it.
Look, buddy, just because I heal you doesn't mean I like you.
Oh, fuck you too.
Corpo carpetbaggers.
Pick it up with HR when you get back.
We can't. He's like in a daze, and his like hands are like flailing around, and he's like, I got the data. I came here for the data. I can't leave without the data from the. And he like weakly gestures out towards the server stack that's in the same room as him. He's like, I can't leave without it. It'll be for nothing. I got my team.
It sounds
my dudes.
It sounds
What are
like
you
a you
looking for?
problem, guy.
No, we can't leave without it. It's the whole point of this.
Zone out. You want to try and hit the server while I do some first aid on this guy so he can at least walk a little bit?
Yeah. What am I looking for? What am I digging for in here?
So these servers are not connected to the Matrix, so you need to make physical contact to get into them.
Sure.
You're able to walk over easily enough, and like, there's a bunch of dust and stuff, and you give it a blow, and a puff of dust comes off, and it's just rack
Physical
after
contact.
rack. And like it's a little bit sticky, it's caked down a little bit, but you reach out and you touch one of these server shards. It's a bunch of like basically like motherboards, like hard drives, and like all this other crap attached to them. But you reach out and you grab onto one of these things on this rack, and extend your consciousness out of your body. It leaves your body and goes in, and it's like being sucked through a straw, just, and you're inside of it. And then it becomes like the movie Hackers. You're floating around through cities made out of glass towers and electrical impulses and crap moving around. And it's super cool. But you move through, and you're able to find just all these banks of information. They all appear to you. This is very old sculpting. So you can, if you take the time to design your sculpting, you can have it look like whatever the fuck you want in the Matrix. It could look like a library. It could look like a record collection, like to find your files, whatever. But this is like super old school. It's just geometric cubes and triangle trapezoids, whatever. And you're going through and you're sorting through, and you find all of these records, and you're able to transmit them through yourself into a storage device. You've got a comm link, even though you barely use it, but you're able to store it into external storage that way. So it's just going to take you a couple of minutes to just siphon that information off and store it on your comm link.
Yeah. So I'll do that, and take the chance to like look around and try to get a taste of what the data is as it's passing through me.
Ooh, so you do. As it's flowing through you, it feels like, oh man, like you know how when you're in the shower, right? You can hold your hand out at the right angle, and the water like zooms off of your fingertips, and you can kind of, it's like that, and you can feel it hitting you and traveling across your head, down your neck, across your shoulder, across your arm, back into your comm link that's in your pocket. You feel it moving, and just as it's going through, you're speed reading through it, just perusing. there's all this information about extraplanar entities and the possibility of making contact with them and options for using them for medical experiments and their ability to regenerate and shrug off physical damage, and all of these ways that can be integrated into medical tech to make some kind of miracle cure is what you get from a surface level perusal. It looks like this facility was bringing bug spirits here and doing experiments on them to make some kind of medical treatment.
Do I get the sense that that was what, like, one of those experiments was what this guy was wrapped up in? Like,
well, this guy, no, but that's the information he's looking for.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if like in this facility, what he got consumed by, wrapped up in the thing that had the tendrils coming toward him. If that's one of those experiments, my interest is piqued and I like flick through like the Rolodex real fast and like try to find something that tastes like that thing.
Ooh, tastes like gross. So it's like imagine like a D12. You like roll it around and you tap on one of the faces and it opens up and then reveals a bunch of information to you, and bits and bytes travel through into your psyche and you're able to kind of dissect it. And like it doesn't come up that way, but subconsciously your physical body is muttering a little bit like someone talking in their sleep. I've got, you know what? I think it's even you. It is you. Horror trids. It is Zone Out. The horror trid knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
You immediately go to this ancient flat vid of a movie called Species, and you're like, this is a cocoon. This guy was being turned into something, a host for these bug spirits. Ugh. They were trying to turn him into one.
I don't like that.
Seeing that, I want to put in the effort that the information that I'm pulling for him, I want to make a copy and bury it so deep that only another hacker would be able to find it if they started dissecting me.
Absolutely. You have no trouble doing that. That to you is the same as just scribbling on top of something. Like it takes no effort for you to submerge that information in your comlink. It's encoded in a way that only you can get to it, or somebody that, if they start pulling out your fingernails and ask you what the code was, you know. Right. So you've got that, no problem. You got duplicates. You got the legit one and a heavily encoded one with your own personal encryption. No problem.
All right. Once I have everything that I think he's looking for, I'll come back out and I kind of like turn my head and spit in a corner, just try to get that taste out of my mouth.
Oh, gross. I hate that you chose that. But I love it. So yeah, no, it's
you
just
started
it. Yeah, it's like just gross, disgusting medicine taste. Like gross medicine from the 80s. Back before they put sugar in it. So like my daughter's like, can I have tooth juice? It's called tooth juice in my house. It's not like that. It's gross. You don't want it. And that's the flavor. Motor oil and fucking just bitter, awful chemical taste. And you spit, bleh, but you've got the information.
I'll look at him.
Your fingertips feel itchy from it.
While they're doing all of this, I want to be close to the door out of here, making sure that I'm watching to see if anything comes down at us, because we found that laptop and we haven't seen anybody else here, so I'm worried. No. I'm really worried.
Yeah. So you got him. You stabilized him. His vitals seem okay, a little weak, but he'll make it. This guy, you would assume that if this guy were left unattended, he would probably make it for a couple of days. But he is going to end up needing some kind of surgery because I don't know medical stuff. He needs surgery of some kind. But you feel confident that this guy's got at least a couple of days in him, unless, he gets shot, whatever. He's in and out of consciousness. As he comes to, he's snarky and rude and inconsiderate. And he's like, you got my information. That's what we need. You guys can take me out of here now. That's okay. All of my guys, I forgot their name. They all died. They were fucking creatures with hooks. It's like a nightmare. I'm gonna be rich. Oh God, I'm gonna be so rich.
Gotta get you out of here first.
Eurocar, Westwind. Eurocar. He like passes out.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, good thing.
I'm gonna look at the others and be like, tag me when we're out of here. There's some fucked up shit in there.
Well,
You notice Patches had a trank patch in his hand he was about to slap him with.
you're inches away before I blacked out. Like,
I
I guess I
mean-
can keep that one for later.
if there's some fragged up shit in there, then mixing slang, we're good. If there's some fragged up shit in there, like, do we want him to have this? He seems like a dick. Giving him the info is not part of the job. We don't have to do that.
Getting him out of here is the only thing that we have to do.
That's very true. I have the information. We can choose what we do with it.
I agree with you. I've never liked these corporate carpetbaggers. He
You
thinks
guys
he's got
happen,
it.
somebody looks at his personnel file, and his name's totally Dick Morton. So it's appropriate.
I have a feeling that Sparkles and Patches never get along. So, like, the fact that they agree on something, crazy.
It's like
Yes.
magic.
Zonat's looking at the two of you like, man, if the two of you are agreeing on something.
My only concern, the one thing I think we should think about, if these guys are Aztec and if they are Aztec Jaguars, they're not going to forget this.
Yeah. How well? That's a good question. How much trouble do we want to make for ourselves in the future?
I don't know. Do you want to spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder?
Aren't we already?
We do
Yeah.
that anyway.
This
Yeah.
would be even more so. This would be directly under their eye.
Yeah.
Let's get-
Especially
let's get-
since
let-
we implied we were going to get him the data.
Yeah. Let's get out of here and make decisions once we're not possibly being jumped by scary things.
Solid
So-
choice.
You guys
Solid
move
choice.
on. You load up. Two of you, dealer's choice. You know, you guys are carrying the stretcher with this dude on it, and you start heading back down through the corridors that you guys follow. You're able to follow the little markings on the wall without too much issue. Your flashlights are working, and it's surprisingly quiet the rest of the way out. You guys get to where that ladder is. You guys go down, across. You're looking at going up, and it looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass. But you're able to rig something up where you can strap them onto somebody's back. Whoever feels the strongest, you strap them up. And it's like, you guys ever see Alien Resurrection, where, you know, the one dude is like climbing the ladder, and he's got the guy who's got the spinal injury with his legs hanging. He's like on his back, and he's like shooting at the aliens as he's going. It's like that. So you start going up the ladder, and it goes and it goes and it goes and it goes. You guys start to hear some noise down below as you're going up the ladder, and you know that there's more of these fucking things, more of these bugs. And you guys go up fast as you can. Hard Case is having a hard time. You got one arm. You have this conflict in your head as you start going up. You're like, okay, well, I need an arm to go up the ladder, but I also need an arm to hold a gun. What do I do? Do I go up the ladder or do I hold the gun? But you end up deciding to hold the ladder. And like every rung, you're filled with conflicts, but you make it up to the top. And you guys get through. And these things, they're not really good at going up the ladder, but you guys go up. And they're coming behind you. You guys manage to fight them off. We're going to cruise through that. You get up to the top level. You guys go up the stairs. And on the way out, you realize that with the electricity the way it is, that ladder, that platform, that elevator platform probably wouldn't have really worked if you guys had tried to use it. But you go up the stairs. You come out through the van. And you guys head out into the wasteland of what's left of Chicago. And you guys move out into the next scene. You guys like that rain? There's rain.
That's sick.
Cool.
It starts raining. Of course it does. It's dramatic.
Chicago.
You guys come out and you're
Chicago.
moving through. Absolutely. Yeah, if you don't like the weather, wait a couple of minutes. It'll be different. I'm not going to go into it. The weather here sucks. So you guys head out and you start moving through and you're heading towards... Somebody's got medical, DocWagon medical procedures as a knowledge. Yes. You know that there is a medical emergency safe point just on the other side of the CZ. It's one of the, I think it's Tate medical facilities. I think Tate is the name. It might be Trent, something with a T. It's, oh, you know what? It's Truman. It's definitely Truman. It's one of the Truman medical facilities on the outside of the CZ. Excuse me. Those of you that are from the Chicago area, remember Truman Technologies. They were a massive, massive company here that basically ran all the entertainment stuff. But now some of their focuses are on entertainment still, but medical clinics are really popular from Truman Technologies in this area. But you know there's one of those fairly close by. You've probably got about a mile that you got to hump this dude to get over there. And as you start going, you don't get too terribly far before you're approached by a bunch of dudes in all black military armor You see guys with assault rifles. You got one dude, he's got, clearly it's a rocket launcher strapped to his back, and they approach you. Your client is unconscious. And after you guys got up the ladder, it's back to a two-man carry, because just, having him on your back is a awful time. Let's go view artwork. There you go.
Great.
This is the team. Sure, yeah, one of the guys is Mick Jagger. Whatever.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not have Mick Jagger in a trench coat? They appear. They come out from hiding. Got assault rifles, pistols. Mick Jagger. One of the guys got a rocket strapped to his back. And he goes, I see you've done our work for us. This is most fortuitous. You have the information. Either hand over the information, hand over the man, or prepare to die. The choice is yours. It makes no difference to me.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who are you to ask me who I am? I am the man with the assault rifle leveled at you, and you are the man with the arm who looks like trash. I've seen better arms on a child. With your bone exposed. That must be very painful. It would be a shame if something were to get into the wound, wouldn't it? How about this? Hand over the man that you have with you unconscious. We let you walk away, maybe. Maybe we fight. Maybe my friends here shoot you. And his friend goes, please, let me shoot. My gun is thirsty for blood.
I'm not that scared of you guys. You were hiding when we got here.
More like waiting. Why do the work myself when I can let you and then just reap benefits afterwards, eh?
Term it how you will.
To not get us into absolute dreck right off the bat, I'm going to spend a plot point so that I do not immediately resort to violence to solve this problem.
Yeah, that's the thing you have to do.
Curb your own enthusiasm.
Ready to fire guns at the first sign of anything.
With my fragged up arm, and he insulted me, and I have to hold everything back, just
Okay.
not grabbing my pistol, putting it to his temple, and pulling the
Just
trigger
like,
a couple times.
Here's the deal. Thanks for the
I
plot
love
point,
it.
buddy. Here it
You're
goes. I'm
welcome.
spending it again. You look around and you see up in the second floor behind you guys where you just came out of that parking garage, you see a couple of rifle barrels sticking out. That's putting a couple extra guys. They say, give up the man. What is he to you? Does not matter to you. You are just simple working people. I respect your job. Everyone needs doctors sometimes, but no one needs this filth. Let him go. Let him die. The way he would die if you even weren't here. You walk away.
Is this open to negotiation?
Recharge, this is kind of on you.
Yeah.
Negotiate?
Yeah.
What do you have to offer? I have the guns. I have you outnumbered. I have men on different places that you don't even know. I have the backing of one of the greatest corporations in the world.
When he says he has guys that we don't even know about, I just point to the other.
Put your finger down. You see nothing. Two men you point to. You don't know who else. Release this man. All I want is the information he has. I'll let you walk away. And not worth the price of the ammunition. And let me tell you, it's very expensive ammunition. High quality, high caliber APDS. Punch a hole through you like I punch a hole through a burrito.
Does the team have a silent comms channel open?
I would assume you guys probably have the subvocal, like the
Subvocal.
the throat mic thing. Where
Yeah.
you guys would just look weird and be able to talk to each other. Like you look like this. Communication goes through.
Like a bad ventriloquist.
Yeah, you're like a shitty ventriloquist. Dude, I can see your mouth moving.
So subvocal to the team
Yeah.
patches is saying we could give them, maybe we negotiate, we give them the information and we keep our client and get paid. Trade?
I will reply, if you can buy me a few seconds, I can sort out some of the worst of it and give them some of it and say that things were corrupted.
Do it.
All right.
I'll buy you time.
Thank you.
I
And-
see your mouth moving. You think you're so clever with your subvocal. I have subvocal microphones too. I'm not impressed. I have lots of great technology, and I live in a large apartment with a big soft bed.
Zonat's going to step a little bit back and just like be a little bit removed and start working on getting into the non-encrypted file and separating. They're going to try to give them enough to make it look like they were able to pull some good information without giving them the worst of it.
Okay, give me one hacking roll, and we're going to see how well you do.
Yes, sir.
5. You feel really good about what you've done.
Okay.
You've managed to sift through this information and pick just juicy enough details while corrupting the important parts, just enough to really keep like a reader on the edge of their seat, and just a little bit of information that will hint at what they're looking for. And you get it, and you separate it out, you corrupt the crap out of the rest of it. You still have your own personal duplicate stashed off to the side. That's untouched. You've got that. But you get that ready. And the whole time that you're working through this, basically what I imagine is in your mind, you close your eyes and you're able to see just the flow, and you're moving like a conductor in your mind as you're starting to just kind of orchestrate things to come together.
It's like Mickey Mouse and Fantasia.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. So you're just blasting away, and brooms are sweeping away little bits of the information, and you put together and you string it together, and you add a little bit of flair here and there just to make sure that you sell it. And the whole time that you're doing that, this guy's like, "What do you say? What is your life worth to you? Is this man worth your own lives? I have a very high rate of fire on these weapons.
You know,
Kill you 3 times before you draw."
I give him the exact amount of bullets that he could fire as quickly as he can.
Shut
with
up!
everybody.
What do you know? You think you're so smart with your information. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, that's what
If you
information
keep running
does.
your mouth this way, maybe we kill you first. No, maybe we kill you last. Make you watch as I, how you say, kill, murder all of your friends.
Listen,
Assuming they're even your friends, maybe they talk about you behind your back.
listen. We
The one
are
guy
not
starts
going to die in order to save this man. What we have
It's a
for
wise
you
choice.
is information. Information that we might barter with.
That is exactly what I wanted to hear. You have the information from the hidden facility, I take it.
We do. Taken directly from the servers.
That is all that I need. You give me this information from these servers, we'll let you walk away.
Very well. I'll look over it, zone out.
And that's about when they zone back in.
I love it. He provides you with his cell phone number. He's like,
Oh,
my
honey.
com code is 16 22 1985 72 19.
And Zonat is trying very hard not to show us, like, you just gave me, like, the keys to your kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just handed them over without, thank you. Thank you for this
so
gift.
he's got an assault rifle leveled, and then with the other hand he pulls out his comlink. He's like, I see it is transferring. Very good. And there we go. Everyone watch them while I peruse. And he starts, he's like, yes. Project Cricket, very good, yes. Mylia Nation. Yes, very good. This information is what we needed. Now, you walk away. Do not look back. For every time you turn around, I shall shoot you. You walk away. You'll never say who you saw here. You take this man. This man is petty man. I don't want him. All I needed was what was in these servers. We didn't even have to find the facility. And then his friends start laughing. He's like, shut up! Don't laugh. Only I may laugh. You are free to go, but do not turn around and look me in the eyes, or I will shoot you.
Got it, cool, bye. And Zonat's just gonna turn and start walking away.
Yeah. Stiff upper lip and flip around and march out.
You guys leave. It's not too long before you guys make it to the edge of the containment zone. You get out. There's a hole in a barrier. It used to be a collapsed building, A bulldozer cleared it away, but didn't clean it up. So there's just like a big old wall that kind of forks off, and you guys go through, and the Truman Health Clinic is blocks away. You get there, you get him to your designated drop-off point. You're able to go through the workflow in your service order and identify where he's been deposited, and it does like a timestamp and posts like all of his vitals and stuff like that. And he comes to just a little bit before you guys leave, and he's like, "You gotta transfer the files to my comlink." In a shaking hand, he holds out his comlink, and it's an expensive comlink, very expensive. This thing probably costs like fucking $6,000.
You know what to do, zone out.
Yeah.
It's bedazzled.
Give it to him.
Oh, wow.
You know what? So I gave the corrupted information to the people who stopped us. Am I able to give that again, or is it just gone now?
Yeah, you could easily copy. Yeah, absolutely.
All
you
right.
give him the same crap.
Yeah.
It's enough to be enticing, but it's not enough to actually reveal any of the information.
Yeah.
And you transfer it to him, and he's like, Euro car.
You should give him that guy's number too. Just add it to his contacts list.
In case of emergency.
I think Zone Out is petty enough that they would absolutely do that.
Label it for a good time.
It says mom as the contact.
just label it Euro car dealer. He clearly wants a Euro car.
I love it. So you fuck with his contact list and you
Absolutely.
And you leave him.
I will also copy his contact list over into my comlink and just
Petty.
pull as much information off of that thing as I can get.
Oh yeah, you got it. And here's the cool thing. In Shadowrun, what you have now from this dude's contact link is a thing called Paydata. That's a totally shameless plug. Shadowrun Paydata. Look it up. But anyhow, you got Paydata. You're able to sell this information to other people because this guy's contact list is probably worth some money. But you got it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you take his information, you give him the bullshit, and you fuck with his comlink for fun. And he blacks out with a smile on his face as they juice him up. And they go to work to try to patch up whatever damage is done to him. And you guys are able to walk off into the sunset just a little bit. It's a cool slow-mo shot of the back of all you guys as you walk out. And the credits hit. And then we come back halfway through the credits. And you guys are there, and there's someone talking to us, dudes in suits, and you recognize them as corporate officers from DocWagon. And you guys are all being debriefed, right? So you guys are sitting at this desk, and it's like that kind of bluish kind of metallic desk. Guy's talking to you guys, and you see the camera just shows an over-the-shoulder thing, so you see the back of this guy's head. He's got salt and pepper hair, he's wearing a suit, and it shows you guys one by one. And he goes, "So what exactly did you guys find while you were down there?" And you see Hard Case, and Hard Case has got a fresh new cyber arm.
Hey!
Oh yeah. What exactly did you find when you were down there?
Bugs.
Lots of bugs.
Interesting. And then it cuts. It's the same dude, the same reaction shot thing. You guys never see his face. It's like Claw from Inspector Gadget. He's talking now to Sparkles, and he's like, "What information were you able to gather while you were down there? What kind of documentation did you find?"
I don't really know much about documentation, but the spiritual makeup of these things was fascinating. And she's going to go into a highly technical explanation of exactly the worms going into the dude's skin and stuff like that.
Oh, man.
And
as you're going into those details, he's framing the shot. You're only able to see a little bit of him, but you can tell from the way he moves that he just stops paying attention halfway through what you're talking about.
Perfect.
You can barely make out. He's scribbling down on his tablet with a stylus, and he starts sketching the invisible cube and swirly things. And then we go to recharge. It's what kind of things do you think that this guy was up to down there in those abandoned facilities?
I am not sure. I was more or less concerned with the bugs and the shooting and my friend's lack of awe.
He doesn't laugh. I laugh. He's like, "Oh, very good, very good." And takes notes. And then he goes and he's talking to Batch. He's like, "You're an expert veteran in this field. You've been doing medical services for decades. You've got your retirement coming up pretty soon, don't you?"
That's right.
"Why don't you tell me what the hell happened We lost a valuable member of the team. A lot of equipment got damaged. What do you have to show for it?
We got our client out. I hope it was worth Pop's life, but we got our client out. That's ultimately what matters, right? And
you look kind of you've got this attitude about you, you know? And like you can read on Patch's face that he knows what he's got to do and he fucking hates it, you know? Like you can read that very clearly.
Fucking hates it.
Fucking hates it. It's like, this is what you want, right? And we cut and he's talking to Zone Out and he's like, from my understanding, you're a Virtua Kinetic. You must have been inside of those computers from what I hear.
Yeah.
What information do you have?
Easy, I love your expression on that. I think that Zone Out has made the choice to not reveal the hidden, deeply encrypted information to anyone outside of their team until we've had a chance to sit down and go through it. So they'll go into like detail of what the Matrix looked inside of the server and how it was like it was well done, but it was old. And talk about like going into all of the things that hackers would find fucking fascinating.
So you start going on to technical stuff, and again, the invisible cube. You start sketching crap, and he's like, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about."
Oh well, the short version is I was able to pull some information, but a lot of it was corrupted.
So nothing of value.
Well, I mean, some people thought it was valuable enough to let us walk away. So
what does that mean? Who'd you encounter while you were out there?
Oh shit, have we not told them?
We were told not to tell anyone.
You know, scavengers. People who want to go digging around in that sort of facility.
Very good. Credits roll for a while. We get another shot at the very end. The credits finish. Song ends. We get a post-credit thing. And it's all of you guys dressed. Some of you are wearing like floral print shirts. You guys are at like a bar. And it's got synthetic palm trees, and you guys all have like silly drinks that have like smoke coming off of them or whatever. Big old umbrellas, giant slice of pineapple in it, and you guys are all sitting around and you're drinking and you're having mica protein pizza. Yeah, mica protein pepperoni on your soy-based pizzas. You guys are eating, and you got one of you tosses out the keychain. It's got the rabbit's foot. It's got the #1 grandpa. It's been cleaned up pretty well. You guys toast to Pops. You guys fade to black. And then it plays some sort of Van Halen song. I don't know which one, but it's awesome.
Running with
That's
the
the
devil.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Running with the devil. Yeah,
And we're all eating shawarma.
yeah, but it's pizza and tiki drinks.
And
Yeah,
there's one
it's running
person
with the devil.
covering their jaw to hide the fact that they grow
hiding
beard.
the beard. Yeah. Love it. You guys did it, dude. That's the end. That's the end of 2 days to retirement.
Yay!
Good job, you guys. You guys didn't reveal enough information to get yourselves killed at the very end, which is great. You guys all survived. You killed some bugs. Awesome. I don't know about you guys. I had a fucking blast.
Hell yeah.
I am honored and privileged to have been able to play this with you guys. It's been awesome, and I can't wait for more Fixer Files. Dude, especially like Tiana, dude, thank you so much for cutting out time of, I'm guessing, a lot of editing.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for an incredible first Shadowrun experience. Like, this is my first time getting to dip my toes into this world, and I want to know more now. Now I'm going to have to go and find all of your damn files and then go listen to stuff.
That is my main goal, was to just get you
cross-pollination
just into it. Like, it's so good. I love Shadowrun, and I'm so happy that you enjoyed it. It's awesome to have you here, and I'm a huge fan. And I feel like I did a great job of not geeking out over having you involved. And like all you guys do, I love all of your shows. You guys are great. It's been awesome to have you guys. It's an honor. I had a fucking blast, and I hope you guys did too.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
It was super fun. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the first introduction to Anarchy too. Like,
Oh,
the
dude,
first time I got to play that. It was super
Yeah, I'm gonna
fun.
keep
Anarchy
it.
is such a great system. I love Anarchy.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. I
great.
was such an idiot when it came out. I'm like, this is stupid. I'll never use this. And then now I'm like, what was I doing? This is great. I want to haul ass. And this is it, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I was telling Dan all about this, and he's super eager to come and do stuff with y'all if you want him on.
Yeah, I'll be
Cool.
in touch. Hell yeah.
Oh boy. Oh
Dude,
boy.
awesome. Thank you guys so much for taking the time, and
Thank you, Adam.
it's been great.
Yeah,
And-
thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Adam.
Hell yeah. And, oh, by the way, thank you for listening, listeners. Here's a cool thing. I'm saving this to the very end. Hey, make some fan art. Any kind of Shadowrun fan art, especially if you make any kind of fan art that's based off of any of the characters from any of the podcasts that are run by people here. Send that fan art in. I'm gonna put it in the show notes. You send fan art. The best fan art is going to get a free copy of Shadowrun Anarchy, the book, sent to your home. I got
That's so
details. Once you send in the fan art, I'll send you guys some details. I'll make them up as I go. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But Catalyst Game Labs was gracious enough to send me a ton of books that I can send out to people for contests and stuff. And I want to share Shadowrun Anarchy love with everyone. So send in your fan art and we'll get you a book.
Awesome.
There you go.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you guys so much. I hope
you.
everybody has a great evening. And I look forward to whatever's next, man. You guys have been awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
It was awesome meeting
Loved
you.
it. Loved it.
Thank you guys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's so good
Paul,
meeting
you're
all of
really
you. And you have a pretty voice.